Already, mic testing, mic testing. Okay, perfect. Let me go to my main camera. Alright, we're live, and as you guys can tell by the title and thumbnail, today I'm going to be going over recursion again. I went through recursion last stream. That's the stream before that. I didn't go over pointers, structs, and everything. Although I didn't have enough time to master recursion last stream, so I will be mastering it this stream. That said, let me go to my gameplay screen. Okay, let me say, should say I'm live. Actually, let me write in all caps. So, should say I'm live! Exclamation. Okay, let's see. Oh, so you're live again, huh, people? Then listen, today is not just another stream, it's another step towards your destiny. Every line of code you write, every bug you face, every moment of confusion, it's all fuel to turn you into a monster of logic and creation. Remember, the master has failed more times than a novice has ever tried. This was said by Stephen MC Crane, is that how you pronounce the name? That said, so don't you dare hold back today. You're here to breathe into your code until it works. You're here to grow, you're here to become a legend. Now tell me, people, what are we conquering today on stream? Okay, let's see. And guys, I do have my task manager open today to see what actually, why the stream lags. Okay, did the stream already start lagging, guys? Okay, I see. Alright, that said, let me say something like, let's say, I want to go over, let's say, recursion, this stream as well, ... And guys, let me know if these stats are even like good, because this is like my task manager. It says CPU usage is 54, 33, 14, 19. If you guys can even see that. Can you even see that? Okay, let me get my task manager here. Okay, that said, guys, this is actually getting kind of laggy. Okay, good, people. You've chosen the path that breaks weak minds and builds God of logic, recursion. Guys, let me just restart my OBS real quick. Give me a sec. Already, mic testing, mic testing. Okay, perfect. Okay, I think this should fix the lag. Okay, that said, you've chosen the path that breaks weak minds and builds God of logic, recursion, the art of making functions call themselves the same way you push yourself to the limit again and again. Before we dive into this, I want to make sure your foundations are solid as steel. Tell me, people, in your own words, what is recursion and what are the two key parts every recursion function must have? Okay, let's say something like the two key parts are the base case and the recursive case, ... That said, I don't know what recursion is, question mark, if that made any sense, guys. Okay, let's see. Good, you're remembering the two parts, but not knowing what recursion is, people. How dare you walk into my dojo without knowing the very art you're about to master? Listen closely. Recursion is when a function calls itself to solve a smaller version of the problem, of the same problem, until it reaches a point where it stops the base case. Think of it like this, people. You're starting at the top of the tall staircase. You want to reach the bottom. Instead of jumping down at once, instead of jumping down at once, that is an iterative loop. Okay, you say, I'll take one step down and then ask myself to go down again. Okay, to go down the rest. Guys, I'm not warmed up to read yet. That said, you keep calling yourself to take smaller steps recursively until you finally reach the ground, the base case. The two rules that you must never break: there must be a base case or your function will call itself forever. Crash your program, the recursive call must move you closer to the base case each time. Okay, so we have a void countdown function with a parameter of integer. If our integer equals to 0, we say boom and return. Okay, so that is our base case. This is our recursive case, okay? Each recursion calls itself by 1, getting closer to the base case and equals 0. Now tell people in your own words, how does recursion differ from loops? Okay, let me actually say, did I get a instructional based question mark? Honestly, I do want to do some instructional based questions. So you want to test yourself, huh, people? Good, let's see if your mind is as sharp as your will. Instructional question number 1, recursion. Write a recursive C++ function called countup that takes one integer parameter and prints all numbers from 1 to n, each on a new line, and uses every recursion, only no loops allowed. Okay, so prints all numbers from 1 to n. Okay, let me get Sensei/ChatGPT here. That said, this is the code from the last stream. I didn't practice, or I didn't have time to practice whatsoever off stream. Okay, with that said, let me start off by including a pair of ankle braces, IO stream. I want to include IO stream. Then let's read the instructions. It says write a recursive C++ function called count up. Okay, since it doesn't return anything, I'm going to be creating a void function. So let's go with something like void count up, a pair of parentheses, and then a pair of curly braces. Okay, now inside of my function, I gotta add a base case. So let's go with something like if a pair of parentheses. Let's say if my parameter of n, let's create a parameter of n, which is a short form for number. Okay, so if my n is equal to 0, I'm gonna do something. I'll go with a pair of curly braces, and then let's say I'm gonna return, ending with a semicolon. Okay, next up, prints all numbers from 1 up to n. Okay, so it's from 1 up to n. So I should most likely add my recursion first. So let me invoke my count up function. This is going to be n minus 1. It says 1 up to 10. Okay, n minus 1. And then I'll end that with a semicolon. Next up, let's go with a standard console output with an insertion operator. I want to insert something like, let's say n. Vic, where did you put the roadmap of C++ in Discord? Honestly, I didn't put it in Discord because it is like a big roadmap. You could like mention me on Discord and I can DM the roadmap to you. That said, I'll go with another insertion operator of /new line ending with a semicolon. Okay, and then let me go ahead and create a main function. So let me go with something like integer main. So this is my main function. I'll add a pair of curly braces, and then let's go ahead and create an integer number. This is going to be the number that my user enters. Okay, next up, I'll go with a static console output with an insertion operator. I'm going to say something like, I don't know, enter a number. Okay, and then I'm going to end that with a semicolon. Next up, let's go with a standard console input with an extraction operator. I want to extract my number variable ending with a semicolon. Why is he so zesty? Guys, how about zesty? Okay, next up, let's see. Standard console input. Okay, now I'm going to invoke my count up function and add the parameter of my number, and then I'll end that with a semicolon. Lastly, let me go ahead and return 0. Okay, if I hit Ctrl S to save the code and run the command, let's see what happens. Okay, let's see. It's gonna say enter a number. Let me enter a number. I don't know, maybe I'll go with something like 10. Okay, there we go. I get from 1 all the way to 10. Okay, let's go with the Control C. I don't know, man. I can feel the zest to the screen. That's kind of funny, I guess. Okay, that said, let me go ahead and paste those and hit enter. Honestly, guys, I did learn about the basic recursion last stream. That said, I am going to be going through more complex questions. First, I do need to get warmed up. Okay, that said, that's it, people. Now, that's how you command recursion. You start from 0, build up step by step with your recursive call before printing, meaning each layer of the recursion stacked up first, then unbound in perfect order. Okay, that's true mastery, or that's true recursion mastery right there. Your content are very good. Would you please remove subscribers only mode so that others can also benefit from your live streams? Honestly, the subscribers only mode is like, if they subscribe, that's when they can comment. Okay, what is C++? Honestly, C++ is a language. Okay, it's a programming language. That said, you've proven that you understand base case stops when n equals to 0. Perfect. Recursive case calls count up n minus 1 until it hits the base case. Stack behavior print on the way back, giving a clean count n. Okay, excellent flow, no loops, no hesitation. Now tell me, people, do you dare face the next challenge, one that counts down instead of up, but it uses recursion power? Okay, let me say something like, yes, let's say, thank you, bro, for replying. Honestly, the reason I did start C++ is because I would eventually need it for my programming for 258 series, where my goal is to make a game in general which consists of AI in it. That said, I've heard that C++ is the best language for making games, so I might need it in the future. That said, good, that's the spirit I want to hear, people. Listen closely, your next mission is this: instructional challenge, countdown of fate. write a recursive function called countdown that takes an integer n, okay, prints the number from n down to 1 per line. When it reaches 0, it stops. That's your base case. No loops allowed, only recursion. Okay, let's get some /ChatGPT there. Bro, writing code for calculating the parameter of a square. Honestly, that does sound pretty fun. Although this stream I am going over just recursion, I might actually add a stream for like doing a lot of math problems. Okay, that said, let me start off by including a pair of anchor brackets. Let me go ahead and include IO stream. Next up, let me go ahead and create a function. So it says write a recursive function named countdown. So I could go with a void function. The reason I am going with a void function is because I don't need to return anything in this. Okay, so I'll go with a void countdown function, add a pair of parentheses. My countdown function will have a parameter of number, and then I'll go with a pair of curly braces. Okay, that said, it takes an integer of n. So let's add a base case. Bro, bye. I appreciate you, Kushik, for joining the stream. I'll catch you in the next stream. Howding, Wisyalter, is that how I pronounce your name, guys? I'm kind of bad with pronunciations. That said, I'll go with if something. Let's say if my n parameter is equal to 0, I'm going to do something. I'll go with a pair of curly braces, and then let's say I'll return. Okay, basically return just ends my, it ends my function. That's it. This is going to be my base case, and like I should like get in habit of actually, I forgot what I was say. I should get in a habit of adding comments. There we go. Base case. Okay, now let's go ahead and add a recursive case. For my recursive case, since I want to print countdown, means from 10 down to 1, first I'm going to display my console output and then add my recursive function. So let's go with something like a standard console output with an insertion operator. I want to insert my n. Okay, I'll go with another insertion operator of a /new line ending with a semicolon. You did pronounce it right? Okay, perfect. Because usually I'm like, I feel kind of bad if I pronounce you guys' names wrong. That said, I'm going to go ahead and invoke my countdown function, add a pair of parentheses. Okay, now I'm going to go with n-1, ending with a semicolon. And basically, that should be pretty much it for my recursive case. Let me go ahead and add a comment that says, recursive case. Bro, try printing subsets of an array. It will help you a lot. Honestly, I have like learned about arrays, but I haven't heard of subsets in arrays. I might actually check into that. Okay, so let me go ahead and create a main function. So I'll go with integer main, add a pair of curly braces, and then let's say I'll create a variable called number, ending with a semicolon. And then let's go ahead and add a standard console output with an insertion operator. I want to insert something. Let's say I want to insert something like enter a number, ending with a semicolon. And then I could go ahead and add a standard console input with an extraction operator. Excuse me, guys. Okay, this is going to be my number variable, ending with a semicolon. And then let's go ahead and invoke my function, my countdown function. And the parameter is going to be my number variable, which is my user's input. Lastly, let's go ahead and return 0. If I were to hit Ctrl S to save the code and run the command, let's see what happens. It says enter a number. I'll go with something like 5. There we go, it says 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay guys, this is actually the pretty basics of recursion. I did want to like review the basics before I move on to harder questions. That said, let's get some /ChatGPT here. Okay, let me paste it. Okay, let's see. Yes, that's it, people. Look at that. Clean, precise, and perfect executed recursion. You inverted the logic flawlessly. You printed before the recursive call and the base case stopped it at 0, just like it should. You've proven that you understand the direction of recursion, whether it builds up or tears down depending on where you place your action. Remember this lesson, the order of operations defines rhythms of recursion. Print before and you descend, print after and you rise. Sarah, your sensei. Okay. Now tell me, people, do you want to practice one more recursion pattern at this level, or shall we start mixing return values with recursion next? Honestly, I want to actually return values, but let me practice another question. Let me say something like, let's say, can we do another question at this level, question mark? Okay, let's see. Good, very good, people. This is the fire I want to see burning in your eyes. Alright then. Brace yourself, because this one will twist your brains just a little, enough to make it stronger. Question: write a recursive function called count up and down that has a parameter of integer, okay, that does the following: starts from 1, goes up to n, and then back down to 1. You must only use one recursive function, no loops, no second helper function. The output for n equals to 3 should look like 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Okay, this is going to be a little fun. Try printing power of a number. Do you mean the exponent of a number? Okay, that actually sounds fun. I could actually ask that question. That said, let me start off by including a pair of anchor braces. I want to include IO stream, banana warrior, 2 pupils. Guys, only the OGs know banana warrior. That said, let me go ahead and create a void function. So I'll go with something like void, and let's say something like this is going to be so write a recursive function called count up to down, up and down. So I'll go with something like count up and down. There we go. And my count up and down function will have a parameter of something like n. Okay, that said, I'll add a pair of curly braces, and then let me do something. Firstly, let me go with a base case. Hello, handsome. How are you doing, Swoon? I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, I'll go with something like if a pair of parentheses. Let's say if my n equals to 0, I'm going to do something. Let me go ahead and return something. Honestly, this should be a pair of parentheses. There we go. Okay, I'll go with a pair of curly braces. Do for JavaScript. Honestly, eventually, I was actually planning to learn JavaScript as well. Kind of excited for that. Okay, that said, let me go ahead and return. This ends my function. Okay, there we go. That is my base case. Maybe I had a comment that says base case. Okay, next up, let's go and add my recursive case. So it says write a recursive function called count up and down that has an integer of n. So it goes up to n and then down back to 1. So I could go with a static console output with an insertion operator. This is going to say something like, this is going to print my n with an insertion operator of a /new line ending with a semicolon. Then under that, let's go ahead and invoke my count up and down function. Okay, which is going to be n minus 1 ending with a semicolon. And then let's go with another static console output with an insertion operator. This is going to be n with a /new line ending with a semicolon. Okay, honestly, I did make this mistake a lot last stream, so I do know on how to do this question, because for a few questions when I was first learning how to work with just one format, I used to do something like that. I used to do something like this, if that makes any sense, because I cannot phrase. Would you do a series on JavaScript soon? Honestly, yeah, my next series definitely might be on JavaScript. Okay, so I'll go with integer main, a pair of parentheses, and then I'll go with a pair of curly braces. So this is my main function. Howdy, Lucas, I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, inside my main function, I'll go ahead and create a variable called number. This is going to be my user, the number that they enter. Then let's go with a standard console output with an insertion operator. This is going to say something like enter a number ending with a semicolon. Okay, next up, let's go ahead and add a standard console input with an extraction operator. I want to extract my number variable ending with a semicolon. Okay, and then lastly, let me go ahead and invoke my count up and down function. And the parameter is going to be my number variable, which is my user's input. Lastly, let's go ahead and return 0. Okay, if I hit Ctrl S to save the code and run the command, let's see what happens. This won't work. Won't it? Okay, if I go with something like 3. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I need to go with something like 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Okay, in that case, okay, this is gonna be, let's see. Okay, did I like mess something up? Okay, now if I hit Ctrl S real quick, let's see what happens here. Okay, how long do you think it will take a beginner to master the basics of JavaScript? Honestly, I've not done JavaScript, but I'd say it would take about 100 days for a person. I'm saying, like, from my own point of view, like, many people could differ. Some people could like learn it faster, some could learn it like even later, although it just depends on the practice. For me personally, to like master the basics of a programming language takes about 100 days if I'm an absolute beginner. If I have like a brief knowledge of other programming languages, it might take half that time, like 50 days. That said, let's go with 3. So it says 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go ahead and copy that, paste it here. Okay, so this is going to be printing 3 to 1. So if I run the command, this is going to print something like 3 to 1. Okay. Okay, so I need 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now this is going to be printing 1, 2, 3. After the 1, 2, 3, I think I should invoke my function again. Would this make any sense? Now if I hit Control S to save the code, does this make like any sense? Okay, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1. Okay, this doesn't make any sense. Brother, what you coding you guys made of? I'm in class 9 and not good at Python. Please give me some advice. Honestly, I'd say my best advice would be to practice a lot of questions, because I feel like the more we practice, the better we get. That's it. If you guys do want a roadmap for Python, you guys can like join my Discord server and then mention me there like for the roadmap, because I did like have a whole roadmap for like Python for a 100-day series. Okay, that said, if I run the command here, what's the difference? Maybe I gotta print, so this prints 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It prints that twice. Maybe I gotta do something like copy that. This thing, let me go ahead and paste it here. Maybe I might not need a standard console output inside of my if statement here. I mean, inside of my void function, could I go with something like an integer? Okay, let me just remove all this. Okay, let me change this to an integer and then return this. Okay, let's go ahead and return this. Okay, now inside of my main function, instead of like invoking my function here and going with n, I could go with this, if that made any sense, guys. Bro, you're Indian, so why not talk Hindi sometimes? Honestly, guys, it's not like I don't know Hindi. I do know a bit of Hindi, but I'm not that fluent in it. That's the reason, like, because I'm actually pretty fluent in English. That's why I like usually commentate in English, because it's almost impossible to commentate in Hindi for like so long. That said, I go with a standard console output, countdown number. Okay, let's see what happens if I do this. If I were to run the code, okay, I get an error. Return statement with no value in function returning integer. Okay, in that case, I gotta return 0 here. Okay, now let's see. Guys, this honestly, I feel it should have been kind of easy. Okay, it does return 0. Where am I messing up? So that is return. Okay, let's remove this whole thing. Let's see. So I returned n-1 there. Okay, now I could go with something like a standard console output. Wait, it would be the same thing, right? I'm pretty sure it would be the same thing. In that case, let's change this back to a void function. Huh. Okay, let's go ahead and remove that. If I hit Control S to save the code and run the command, wait, I want to tell you something. Okay, let's see. That gives me 3, 2, 1. Even if I do get this number here, it would give me 1, 2, 3, and then I would need 1, 2 again. Honestly, I might ask that part, so let's just go with the Control A, Control C, copy that, get synthase/ChatGPT here. Okay, let's go ahead and paste this, go with Shift Enter, and say, let's say, I feel like I've messed up, question mark. I can get a number to be, let's say something like 1, 2, 3, but how do we get the 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 question mark? Bro, what is this code? Honestly, I'm just trying to master recursion in C++. With 2 variables, it would be easy. 2 variables. Why are you using ChatGPT? Honestly, I'm using ChatGPT to learn the basics. Okay, that said, haha, good instinct, people. You feel the error. Wait, do you have Discord? Honestly, to get access to the Discord server, you guys could like tap exclamation Discord on chat. A Brazilian, if he speaks Hindi, no way to understand him. Honestly, that's like one more reason that I actually speak English, because like almost everyone does know English. Okay, so good instincts, people. You feel the error. That's the sign of a programmer who's learning to think recursively. You're absolutely right. Your code only goes up, not back down. Let's break why. You first call count up and down n-1 that climbs up, but then you print. Okay, then you print n, but then you stop, print while the function returns from recursion. The descent is silent. To make it go up and down, then back down, you need to print again after recursive call finishes. Okay, that's the return phase of recursion. Think of recursion like a mountain, going up before recursion, going down after recursion. So your mission, add one more standard console output after the recursion call. didn't I like do that? I actually feel like I did that. Okay, this is your first time learning C++? Honestly, yeah, this is my first time learning C++, although I have been learning it, I think, let me see for how many days. It should be in my videos title. I think it's about like day 18 or 19, guys, I forgot. Okay, let's go ahead and copy that and paste it here. Okay, there we go. Now if I Control S and run the command, let's see, do you have experience in any other language? Honestly, I did spend like 100 days for my Python series, where my goal by the end of that series was to make a game using Python, and I honestly did make a game using Python. That said, that was actually a pretty good series. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. First I print 3, 2, 1 and then 1, 2, 3. If I do that, I get 3, 2, 1 and 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go with the Control C, copy that, get ChatGPT here again. Okay, let me go ahead and paste this, go with Shift Enter and say, so say I get 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3 instead of 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 question mark. Okay, let's see. Good, you're seeing the recursion now, but you still haven't mastered it yet. Listen carefully, people. The order of operations in recursion is everything. Let's trace your current code for n equals to 3. So count down 3, print 3, count down 2, print 2, count down 1, print 1, 0, return 0, and then I print 1, I print 2, and I print 3. Result 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. That's down and up, not, okay, not up then down. You print it before the recursive call, so it starts from the top and goes down. If you want 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, you must print after the recursive call first, then handle the climb, then print again that handles the descent. Meaning move up first, okay? Move the first print statement below the recursive call just before the second print statement. Okay, I think I see. Guys, why is Nightbot deleting so many messages? Oh my gosh. You need one more variable to initialize with 0. Do I? What are you even trying to do? Honestly, whatchamacallit, I'm actually trying to learn recursion. That said, for this question, I do need to write like a recursive function that returns 1, 2, 3, then 2, 1, if that made any sense. What programming language are you using? Honestly, I'm using C++. That said, if I Control S to save the code and run the command, let's see what happens. Okay, so it prints 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Okay, so I need to try using another variable. So you need one more variable to initialize with 0. Okay, so I'll need one more variable. Bro is living his life in hard mode. Guys, is this hard? Huh, okay, so let's read what Sensei said. So, meaning moving the first print statement below the recursive call just before the second print statement. Try that, and before you run it, tell me what order you expect numbers to appear in. Huh. Brother, ban BMI? Honestly, what if the input is a negative number? For that, I could like go with something like less than or equal to 0. Okay, let's think. Wouldn't it run forever? Honestly, it would. Okay, R is trying to print a palindrome. Honestly, I'm not trying to like print a palindrome. I honestly don't know what a palindrome is. I did hear about it. Okay, that said, I go with count up and down. So I'll need another. Okay, so let's try adding another variable. Okay, let's go with something like this is integer of n, and then let's go with something like integer of, I don't know, maybe y. Okay, and then let's add a base case for my y as well. If a prof parentheses, if y is less than or equal to 0, I'll do something. I'll go with a pair of curly braces and then return. Okay. Countdown. This doesn't make sense, honestly. Okay, that's integer y, so it's n minus 1. Let's go with something like y minus 1 as well. How do Arthur, Arthur, is that how we pronounce your name? This won't help anyone. Huh. Okay. And then I could go with a standard console output with an insertion operator of y with a / new line ending with a semicolon. Just ask ChatGPT for palindrome and tell it to print palindrome using recursion. Oh, I see. Honestly, I tried like writing the code so I can understand what's going on. Okay, howdy MR stars. I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, honestly, let me actually just go with a bunch of control Z's. Let me actually ask on how do we actually solve this question, because I feel it's like almost for like it's not that beneficial. Like if I don't understand a code, if I keep trying to solving, like if I keep trying to solve a code that I don't understand the basics for. Okay, let me say something like, let's say I feel like I can't figure it out. Dot dot dot. That said, can you help me with this question mark? Okay, let's see. Okay, using namespace std instead of std everywhere. Honestly, the reason I do use namespace std is, I mean, the reason I don't use using namespace std is because eventually in bigger projects, not using standard console output could cause name conflicts. So it's a pretty good practice to like write standard console output. Okay, the one above my previous message. Okay, that said, very well, pupil. If you can't figure it out, I'll guide you, but pay attention or you'll regret it. Here's the correct way to do count up and down n for the sequence 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we have a void function called n, and then we have a okay, we have a base case, and then first climb up the recursive call. Okay, so we climb up our recursive call. Print as you return going up. Okay, and then we go with a if statement. Oh, I didn't honestly know that we could have used if statement inside of a recursion. Okay, honestly, that does make sense. Write recursion between the print statements, that will solve it. Honestly, I did try that as well, but that gives me like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Actually, it gives me 1, 2, 3, and then 3, 2, 1, I think. Okay, let's see. So if my n is greater than 1, I'm going to go with a standard console output of n minus 1 with a new line. Okay, but let's simplify and do it properly. Guys, I feel like my stream is lagging. Give me a sec. Let me restart my OBS. Alrighty, mic testing, mic testing. Okay, the trick is one print on the way up and the other the way down. Okay, so count down n minus 1 recursive climb standard console output, and then if n is greater than 1, I do this. Okay, I actually think I see. Oh, it fixed. Stream kind of lagging. Honestly, I went over this stream because like my mini PC CPU isn't that strong enough. That said, I am actually looking for an actual PC. But before, like until I don't get the actual PC and build it, which I will like either stream myself or record myself building it. Okay, until then the stream might lag, so I just restart my OBS to like fix it. Okay, that said, let's go with a standard console output. I don't know why did I delete this. Okay, now I'll go with the if statement. So if a pair of parentheses, let's say if my n is greater than 1, I'm going to do something. Okay, I'll go with a pair of curly braces and then add a standard console output with an insertion operator. I want to insert n minus 1, so my n goes down by 1 with another insertion operator of a /new line ending with a semicolon. Okay, console output with an insertion operator of n minus 1. Okay, if I would hit Control S to save the code and run the command, let's see what happens. Okay, dude, why'd you been learning C++? Honestly, because I thought that it is like a pretty good language, and I'd like eventually need it for my programming for 250 series. That's it. Did this have to be less than? Okay, when it is less than 1, let's see. Okay, this will solve it. Console output with insertion operator of n. Hop onto JavaScript and couple of frameworks. Oh, I see. That actually sounds pretty fun. Okay, honestly, did I mess somewhere up? Okay, let's try to go with just n. Okay, what happens if I run this? If I go ahead and add 3, okay, it prints 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. If n is greater than 1, I go with n minus 1. I feel like I was doing it correct. Where did I mess up? Okay, so I have an n there. Bro, are you in school? Honestly, I'm in college. That's the reason it takes me like I don't have enough time to stream these days, or I used to stream for longer. Left side of terminal is cut off. Wait, is it cut off? Okay, let me check. What happens if I go with 3? So it prints 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It breaks for me. Honestly, is it? I feel like the output is not visible to us. Output isn't visible? Huh. Unless I'm typing something. Let me actually check. Give me a sec, guys. Let me see. Okay, so if I were to open my this thing, if I go with 3, okay, let's see. Okay, honestly, in that case, I could like try shrinking my VS Code. Okay, does this help? Write 8 line, post line 6. Honestly, I feel like that it is pretty visible. Huh. Oh, I see. Okay, wait, actually, never mind. Hold up. Let me try fixing out my OBS real quick. Honestly, guys, I do think it is visible. Like, see? That does look pretty visible. Okay, like, wait, could you guys even see that part? Like, if I scroll all the way down, the output is, like, kind of visible here. Okay, guys, if my camera was less blurry or something. Okay, I always thought that /n was a ChatGPT mistake. I think that the stream isn't the same aspect ratio as YouTube Shorts or the screen. Oh, let me check in my actual shorts in that case. Okay, so chat. Yes, indeed, everything is very visible. Okay, it's visible. Okay, perfect. Alright. Okay, that's it. Can you do C sharp also? Honestly, I eventually might try C sharp. That said, let me get back to this. Okay, let me go with the Control A, Control C, copy that, get Sensei slash ChatGPT here. Okay, let me go ahead and paste this, add a shift enter and say, let's say, write line 8, post line 9. Write line 8. Okay, so that's line 8. Post line 9. Honestly, what does that mean? Okay, let's get Sensei slash ChatGPT here. Let me go to this. Let's say, I feel like I messed up, question mark. Okay, maybe I hydrate my lips though. Keep grinding, Vivek. You're on the right track. I appreciate you, Nadabe. Okay, that honestly means a lot. That said, can't wait for the next video of making a 3D engine in C++ using Vulkan. That actually sounds pretty cool, guys. I actually can't wait to do that myself. That said, you're getting closer, people, but yes, this still doesn't give the perfect 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 sequence. Let's trace your code back. So we have 3, 2, 1, 0 that returns, and 1, 1. 1 is greater than 1, no. 2 greater than 1, output 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, not 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. The problem is that printing n-1 in the descending part creates extra numbers. Okay, in the wrong spot, you're manually typing to adjust it instead of letting Recursion naturally handle up and down flow. Recursive climb. Okay. Here's the clean correct solution, guys. Didn't I like do this exact same thing? Did I add a n-1 here as well? I didn't. I did the exact same thing. Okay, let's see. You actually called ChatGPT Sensei, guys. I thought that'd be pretty cool / funny. That said, just try Python, much easier. Nothing against C or its successors, but a beginner, it makes things pretty difficult. Honestly, I feel C++ is easy. I even struggled with recursion when I did my Python for 100 series. That said, I do want to get in a recursion mindset, so I think I'll just struggle a little. Okay, so I have a count n-1. Let me actually copy Sensei slash ChatGPT's code. I just want to paste it and see if it adds a big change. Okay, if I were to go with the Control S to save the code and run the command, understand the recursion, he's already programmed in Python. Honestly, I'm trying to understand recursion. That said, let's see, is there even a console? Oh, I can just type it here. There we go. Guys, is ChatGPT's code literally wrong? It says 1, 2, 1, 3, 2. Okay, let me get Sensei back here. Let me go ahead and paste this. Go with Shift Enter and say, Sensei, I copied your code to try. Okay, to try if it works. It was wrong. Is it even possible to do 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 question mark? Replace line 6 and line 7 position. Are you playing dumb? Paste the code in Discord. Honestly, replace line 6 and line 7. So line 6 and line 7. Would that make sense? Let me go ahead and copy that. And then go ahead and delete that from there. and paste this in line 7. Okay, if I did Control S again and run the code, would this even make a difference? Because I don't think it would. Because I did try it. Okay, it says 3, 2, 1, and then it prints 1, 1, 2 again. Like, paste the code in Discord. Honestly, I could actually paste the code in Discord. Give me a sec, guys. Okay, let me get Sitse back here. That said, let me go to Discord. Okay, okay, give me a sec. Okay, there we go. I'll paste it on the C++ section. So, right, okay, right in the C++ chat. Let me extend that, paste it here. Okay, actually, I didn't copy the code. Let me go ahead and copy it real quick. Why do you say honestly so much? Honestly, I actually don't know. I think I got into a habit of that somehow. Okay, guys, I did paste the code in Discord. GPT is going to freak out, haha. Okay, let's see. Okay, yes, people, it's absolutely possible to print 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 with recursion. The issue is that your current approach of printing n-1 manually is breaking the natural recursion flow. Okay, you don't need extra if statements. Recursion itself handles both the going up and coming down. Here's the correct clean version. Okay, didn't ChatGPT say I don't need an if statement? Okay, let's try copying this as well. I just want to see if the code actually works. Bro, still can't use my alt/up and down shortcut. Guys, I actually forget to use that actually. Okay, let's go with the Control S to copy the code. Save the code. If I 3, it prints 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. Actually, it prints 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Guys, hold up. I think we're close. It prints 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. In that case, let's go ahead and copy this part, paste it here. Okay, I'm pretty sure this should work. If I hit Control S to save the code, you need to carry two parameter and function. You really should not use recursion for that. Honestly, it does make sense. Now this prints 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. The ChatGPT code will not work, buddy. Okay, one of current number and for n. One for current number and one for n. Okay, that logic is completely flawed. Okay, let me go ahead and copy that. Although I feel this kinda works. Wait, let me go with the Control S real quick. Although it doesn't give me the output that I want, instead it gives me like a different output because this says 3, 2, 1 and then 2, 3. I needed to say 1, 2, 3 and then 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Again, just needed an alt plus up arrow instead. Cut, move, up, paste. Okay, guys, I should try that. Okay, so where am I missing? Let me think. So, I go with a static console output. What happens if I change this to n-1? Use Vim instead, in my opinion. I actually might look into it because like many people did say me to try Vim. Okay, let's go with 3. That gives me 2, 1, 0, 2, 3. Okay, where am I messing up here? So I go with a standard console output with an insertion operator and this should give me 1, 2, 3. Although I don't need 1, 2, 3. I need 3, 2, 1. So if I just copy that and delete this, okay, now I get 3, 2, 1 right here. There we go. I get it 3, 2, 1 right here. Okay, let me go ahead and delete this from here. Okay, so now that is 3, 2, 1 and then this should give me 2, 3. Okay, hold up. I think that actually makes sense. Okay, if I were to Control S to save the code and run the command, let's see what happens. Brady, why are you trying to overwhelm him? If second if statement has the flawed logic, the function define. I use arc, by the way. Have you tried rewriting everything in assembly for more performance? I want to actually try assembly, but I've heard that's pretty hard. So I was actually learning like, whatchamacallit, I was planning to go through some basics before I actually go over assembly. Okay, guys, I feel this is the closest that I've been. It says 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. If my n is greater than 1, I go with a standard console output of n. So 1, 2. Okay, so it prints 1, 2, 2. I want it to print 1, 2, 3. You need to save picoseconds. Honestly, I've never heard of picoseconds. That said, what happens if I go with n-1? I subbed only to comment that this code is completely fried. I understand you're trying to learn from ChatGPT, so if that's the case, then maybe your prompt more direct and better. You could print 4 minus n. Okay, let's try this. If I go with Control S, because I'm pretty sure this should like work. It did look kind of correct. Prints 1, 2, what will 4 minus n do? Yo, now bro, assembly will unalive the poor kid. It works like stack, bro. So track the stack to find the flow, then fix. Okay, let's actually try that. Okay, so firstly, this prints 1, 2, 3. So that gives me 1, 2, 3. After I get 1, 2, 3, I want to print 2, 3 again, but I do want to print 1. Okay, so if n is greater than 1, so if n is more than 1, I want to print n. I feel the logic does make sense. That is like enter a number. Okay, so this should print actually 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay, actually I think I get it. So if my n is more than 1, I do want to print my n. I want to do something. I print n. The logic flaw in the second if statement in the function definition. Okay, integer solve integer n. If I equals to 0, return 0, console n minus I plus 1. Okay, and then n solve ni. Wait, what are you trying to do? Honestly, I'm trying to get a console output that says 3, 2, 1. Actually, it says 1, 2, 3, then 2, 3. Okay, so it should say 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay, I forgot. What happens if I run this again? Let's see. If I go with 3, I get 1, 2, 2. This should be 3, and that should be 2. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay, let's go with the Control C, copy that again. First, it will not print, bro. It only prints when it reach n equals to 0. Until then, it'll wait and stack. Oh, that makes sense. Vivek is about to have a mental breakdown. Guys, actually, that does make a lot of sense. Okay, hold up. I think I understand. Okay, so let's go with if 1 is, let's say, less than or equal to 0 here. Okay, if 1 is less than or equal to 0, if n equals to 0, I do this. Go to this line. If n is greater than 1, standard console output. Okay, let's see. So that's my return. Okay, that does make sense. So, okay, if it is greater than 1, I don't restart. What happens if I hit Control S here and run the code? Let's see what happens. Enter number 3. Okay, it prints 1, 2, 3. If n is equal, okay, the n is never equal to 0. Let's say if n equals to 1. Okay, if I Control S again and run the code, zoom out. Can't you guys like see the whole screen? Oh, okay, I see. Okay, so it prints 1, 1, 2, 3. Why the console output up and down n minus 1 instead of just up and down n? Honestly, the reason I went with n minus 1 is because, I want to get like from my input like 3 to 1. Wait, actually, I think it should go with... Wait, actually, let me try it. This does make sense. Wait, if I had to go like 3 to 1, that's when n minus 1 would make sense. Let's add an n minus 1 here. Okay, now if I hit Control S to save the code and run the command, let's see what happens. Let's go with 3. Wait, hold up. If I don't go with n minus 1, then recursion doesn't even happen. Ciao. Okay, let's go with the Control C, copy that, get synthase slash ChatGPT here. Okay, let's go ahead and paste this. Maybe delete that. Okay, let me scroll all the way down and go with Shift Enter. Can say something like, let's say, can you actually give me the working reference code question mark, because I want to see how it works question mark. Yo, put a print statement before the recursion call and one after recursion call. Honestly, I did do that before, but that gives me 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see. Finally, pupil, it's time to see the clean working reference for 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. I'm giving it to you in a way that teaches up and down flow perfectly. Pay attention. The logic is completely flawed. Start a new chat on GPT and start clean. Honestly, that does make sense. Okay, let's see. This guy knows the answer and playing dumb guys. I actually do not know the answer. I always usually struggle with recursion. Bro, just take a walk. Guys, I actually just took a walk. To gain subscribers, guys, I actually don't care much about that. That said, void count up and down integer n if n equals to 0 return base case. I go with a standard console output with an insertion operator. This says n print on the way down, so this is ascending. Change if n equals to 1 to standard console output n / new line. It might fix your logic error. I did try that. Nah, bro, I've been watching him for a while. Okay, honestly, I did try that. If I don't add my if statement and I just add a whatchamacallit. Okay, if I just add this, copy that, delete that from there and add it here. Okay, so if I do this, it actually doesn't give me whatchamacallit. It wouldn't give me 1 2 3 2 3. Instead, it's going to give me 1 2 3 1 2 3. So much overthinking. Okay, it gives me 3 2 1 1 2 3. Okay, I think it's the same thing. Okay, it gives me 3 2 1 1 2 3. Actually, you baiting. He sits there every day and learning something new. Okay, use this code integer solve integer n if I equals to 0 return 0 standard console input with an insertion operator I plus 1. Okay, where's the integer I plus 1 end line. Okay, and then solve n1 is like solve. I haven't learned about the solve function. Is that like Okay, let me actually read ChatGPT's code. Okay, so it says standard console output with an insertion operator. That is new. And then I go with the standard console output and -1. And then I go with if n is greater than or equal to He doesn't even give about your theories. Guys, I don't understand the theories because it's like hard to understand it in chats. Because like the chat is like so compressed, if that made sense. Use Rishi Songkwa's code once. Honestly, okay, let me actually try using it. That's it. Let me restart OBS real quick because I feel the stream is starting to lag. Already mic testing. This should fix the lag. But have you ever tried meditating? Guys, it's been a while since I did stream bugging. I did restart OBS, and guys, today I did get my my task manager here as well. So like, are these stats normal or something? Like, let me just get this here. Okay, I feel like everything is normal. Like, it says my CPU power is good, and then I don't know if the memory is good. Why does the stream still lag? Okay, let me try restarting it again. Already mic testing. Okay, that should fix the lag for now. Okay, so let me try 99% memory. Guys, does that memory do something here? No problem, we don't mind the lag. Okay, so let me get Sensei back here. Where's ChatGPT? There we go. Okay, your memory's cooked, mate. Wait, is it because of the memory? The memory is trying for help, bro. Increase your memory. Wait, is it because of the memory that I'm lagging? It might crash the whole system. Would it? Do I need to Ari? Even the PC is crying? Guys, is it my memory? I might delete all my apps in that case. Okay, finally, people, it's time to see the clean working reference for 1 2 3 2 1. I'm giving it your way. Okay, let's copy that. How much RAM do you have, bro? Honestly, guys, I don't know much about that because like I actually didn't even like set my mini PC up. That's it. If I go with Control S and run the code, actually, no man, I do have a 16 GB RAM. What up, guys? I actually remember. Prince 3 2 1 1. Okay, just use that. Okay, guys, let me actually use that. Let me see if I can actually read that comment properly. So it says integer solve. Okay, so I go with integer. Is solve the function name? Okay, if the solve is the function name, let me try that. So I'll go with something like integer solve. So let's go with integer solve out of parentheses. Okay, inside that I'll have two parameters. First is going to be an integer n parameter. Okay, so I'll go with integer n. Delete stupid things from your mini PC. Honestly, I don't think there's anything stupid. I just have like DaVinci Resolve for like editing and like some other music softwares and everything. Okay, I have 16 GB and it's fine. I just copy paste the comment. Honestly, I actually don't think I can copy paste because like I have separate monitor because like I'm using my laptop's screen with a dual monitor to like see my comments. Okay, let's go with something like your mini PC is good, is it? Okay, let's go with integer n and then let's go with something like integer I. Okay, and then I add a if statement. Let's go with the pair of curly braces. It says if I equals to 0, so I'll go with if a pair of parentheses. If my I equals to 0, I'm going to return something. Let's go with a pair of curly braces and return. Okay, I'll return 0. Okay, and then I'll end that with a semicolon. That said, let's see, what else do I need? It says I gotta add a standard console output with an insertion operator minus I plus 1. Okay, so let's go with a standard console output with an insertion operator that says something like n minus 1. Actually, n, is it n minus I? It's not returning anything. Windows is probably killing his memory. 16 gigs is pretty good. Oh, is it switched to Linux? Honestly, I was planning to move on to Linux. No, 32 gigs is not RAM. Okay, yes sir, switch to Linux. Honestly, I'm actually pretty excited to switch to Linux. Okay, so it says if I equals to 0, I return 0, did that, and then a standard console output with an insertion operator, I go with n minus I plus 1. With another insertion operator, I'm going to go with ends. Is ends like a function? I've never heard of it. It says ends, and then I return 0. Honestly, by ends, do you mean like end line? So it's like end line? Okay, I could go with a / new line ending with a semicolon. And then I return 0. Okay, next up, let's go ahead and return 0 ending with a semicolon. Bro, shows your system specs, print, control, shift, escape. Honestly, I could try that like off stream. Let me change that to something like solved. Okay, let's see. Control, shift, escape. Let's try control, shift, escape. Honestly, that just opens my window panel. Okay, let's see. Oh, honestly, I did like actually do that. Okay, show system specs when you're done with this. Okay, howdy Zico, I appreciate you joining this stream. Okay, this is my number parameter. Should I add another parameter? Bro, copy the code properly. Guys, it's hard to see the code through like a chat. I go with a semicolon and then I return. Okay, if n minus 1. Oh wait, did I add an if statement? If n equals to 0, I do that, end line. Okay, after I end my line. Oh, okay, hold up guys, I did copy something wrong. Let's go with end L ending with a semicolon, and then I invoke my solve function. Okay, let's just go with a / new line. Okay, it should be a standard end line. That would work. Right, haven't you used Windows? Haven't used Windows in a long time. Are you self-taught? Honestly, yeah, I did like actually ChatGPT/Sensei did teach me. That said, okay, so I gotta invoke my solve function now. So let's go ahead and invoke my solve function. Go with a pair of parentheses. I'm gonna be going with n comma I minus 1. Okay, and then let's end that with a semicolon, and then I add a if statement. So if a pair of parentheses. Okay, let's go with if. Let's say n minus 1, okay, is greater than or equal to 0. I'm going to do something. Let me go ahead and return a standard console output. So I'll go with standard console output with an insertion operator. I want to insert something. I'm going to insert n minus I plus 1. So I'll go with n minus I plus 1. Okay, and then I'll go with another insertion operator of a / new line ending with a semicolon. Oh, okay, I think this is correct. Man, GPT thought is crazy. Word, it's n minus I. Oh, n minus I, there we go. Okay, n minus I plus 1. Alright, should I add like another parameter here too? For my I? I'm pretty sure. Is I considered my index? I think it should be my index. Should I like add another variable here? I'm pretty sure I need to, right? I was thinking the same. Line 10 is not right. Line 10. If n minus I. Okay, let's actually copy this code. Let me go ahead and like copy this code real quick. Control C. I think let's say slash chat GPT can this thing from here. Do you think handling him in code would teach him anything? Okay, solve NN in main function. Solve NN in main function. Do I need to add like a keyword argument if that's even here? Need a new parameter. Honestly, I was thinking about that. Like I was like, what parameter should I need here? Try doing traversals in tree. Lots of interesting recursion algorithms there. Honestly, that does sound pretty fun. I feel like he should study actual working code. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Like I was trying to like first actually get a code that actually works and see it and like learn that code and then try replicating codes and adding changes to it. Then whatever GPT spits out. Okay, let's say someone said me to write this code from chat, but I messed it up a little. Do you think this works? Question mark. Okay, 0 is your new parameter. Oh, okay, that does make sense. Let's try. So let's go with something like, I don't know, maybe integer of index, which equals to 0 by default. Let's go with another standard console output, actually standard console input with an extraction operator. This is going to be my index, ending with a semicolon. Let me go ahead and remove this part. There we go. Okay, okay, let's change this to IDX. Okay, this should work. Okay, let's see. I think you should learn visualize and how recursion actually works. The accent is dope. Exactly, that's what I'm sharing the code. Okay, let's go with let's see, this is gonna be my index, so IDX. There we go. Let me go ahead and use solve NN in main function. Use solve NN. Okay, if I hit Control S to save the code and run the command, does this fix anything? Need to give argument to solve functions easily. What browser do you use? Okay, let's go with 3 and then go with 0. Okay, it doesn't add a console output. Huh. Okay, same number, right? Okay, let's see. People, I can see exactly why is this confusing you. Let's break it down before you cry over it. Problem 1, your solve function has 2 parameters, n and I, but in main function you're calling solve number with only 1 argument. That won't even compile. Problem 2, you're using return 0 in a recursive function that is intended to just print. Wait, is it a void function? It is an integer function. Okay, you don't need to return anything in the if the purpose is printing, only use void instead. Print the logic with n minus 1 plus 1, n minus I plus 1, and the if n minus 1 is greater than or equal to 0 is overcomplicating it. You're trying to recreate count up then down manually with recursion already handles it. Here's the correct working function. I do try this function. Okay, let's try it one more time. It doesn't do you understand what a stack is? Honestly, I think I do. How's the stream working there? Okay, honestly, I feel like stack is if I like actually, if my recursion isn't completed and like we're waiting for another recursion to happen while this is set to 0, guys, I can't explain it. Case says incompatible format. Okay, I shouldn't like highlight something. Let's see. Let me go with 3. Okay, so I get 1 2 1 3 2. Guys, this doesn't make any sense. Okay, let me go ahead and paste this. Let's calm down, guys. Let's say this gives me the wrong output. Okay, solve number should be called. Guys, could you guys like actually set the code in like the Discord server like right here? Let's see. Let me just remove that. Can I remove this? Maybe remove that. Oh, okay, you guys can't see how to think from here. Okay, let's go with this. Okay, let me try figuring out how we remove this part real quick. Okay, there we go. Because like it's hard to see the codes from the chat. That said, did the stream start lagging again? Okay, there we go. So this is the code. Like you guys could like paste the code here, then I could like copy it. Okay, guys, I feel the stream is lagging again. Let me restart OBS real quick. Give you a sec, guys. Already mic testing, mic testing. Okay, perfect, guys. That should fix the lag. I'm back. I appreciate you joining the stream, Koshik. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me get sensei/ChatGPT here. Okay, now let's see. Finally, pupil, I see where the pain is coming from. Your version prints 123. Your version prints 12321 only if you arrange the prints correctly. Right now, your first print is after the recursion, which means the ascending then descending order. Also, that if n is greater than 1 trick is unnecessary and actually breaks symmetry. Okay, it's Kushik. Pronounce it correctly, bro. Honestly, guys, I feel like I'm awful at pronunciations. Okay, here's a clean working version that will give exactly 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 for n equals to 3. Okay, let's see. I go with a standard console output n minus 1 if n is not equal to 1. Okay, this looks like a different code. Let's try this. Because I just want to see a working version. Fragile you pronounce it correctly. Okay, perfect. Good boy. Okay, let's go ahead and paste this. If I hit Control S to save the code and run the command, let's see what happens. If I go with 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay, let's get Sensei back here, guys. I just want to see a perfectly working reference. Let's paste it. Go with Shift Enter and say, Sensei, I copied your code. But I get what did I get actually? I forgot. Don't stress out. Honestly, I'm trying to figure out what's going on, guys. Give me a check. It's whatchamacallit. Oh, I'll probably figure it out by I think in an hour or something. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay, so the output that I get, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2. In my opinion, start new ChatGPT. Honestly, it's like a whole process for me to start a new ChatGPT because I gotta say the ChatGPT the way it needs to talk and like set everything else up. That said, people, I see exactly why you're getting 3, 2, 1, 1, 2. Stop crying random. Stop copying random. Fix and listen carefully. The problem is your first standard console output n is printing before the recursive call. That means recursion hasn't built the ascending phase yet, it prints in reverse. And guys, I feel like the stream is lagging. Let me just restart OBS again. Already mic testing, mic testing. Okay, that should fix the lag. Okay, I have a function with a signature call integer target integer. Honestly, is in target like a function? Like, is call a function? Okay, your base condition will be I if target, then print I and return, and in the body print I the call. Okay, I plus target, then print I again. Okay, guys, that's actually started kind of complicating. Okay, that said, then in your second print after recursion tries to mirror, but now it's all mixed up. To get clean 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, the logic is simple. Didn't I do this exact same thing? Okay, if n is not equal to 1, standard console output, print descending, integer main. Isn't this the same exact thing that I did? Okay, so says void count. So I have a void function here. Okay, integer and it takes a parameter of n equals to 0. I return standard console output. Okay, before my standard console output, let me go ahead and copy this whole line. Guys, I forgot the shortcut to like avoid copying it. Let me go ahead and paste it here. Okay, maybe zoom out a bit. There we go. Okay, now if I hit Control S to save the code and run the command, let's see what happens. Okay, it says enter a number. I'll enter 3. It doesn't print anything. Where am I messing up? Like, I want to actually see a reference code that actually works. Okay, what output did I get though? Let's see my output, guys. Okay, it's 1, 2, 1, 3, 2. Okay, let's go ahead and get Sensei/ChatGPT back here. Let me go ahead and paste this. Go with Shift Enter and say, Sensei, I get 1, 2, 1, 3, 2 for Okay, I get 1213. Let me copy that code and paste it here. Okay, if I send the code, let's see. Finally, people, I see where the chaos is coming from. Let me say it straight that if n is not equal to 1 standard console output and -1 line is the trader, you're manually printing n minus 1. Okay, print it naturally as it returns by adding that extra print or double printing numbers. Stop trying to hack it with n minus 1, guys. It's not even me. Okay, let's try this as well. Guys, let's be patient. We're eventually gonna figure it out. Okay, if I were to go with Control S to save the code and run the command, let's go with 3. It prints 1, 2, 3, guys. Okay, let's get Satya back here. Dude, now is not the time to rely on AI. You should focus on building fundamentals. Honestly, for building my fundamentals, I need to know my basics. Like, I want to see the part that I don't understand. Okay, let's see. FN. Okay, is that like Rust, by the way? Okay, let's see. Let me say something like, let's say, I get 1, 2, 3, dot, dot, dot. Can you think deeply and give a correct code question mark? Because I do want to analyze the code so I understand what's going on, dot, dot, dot. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see where I'm messing up. Now I see exactly pupil, guys. How many times did Sensei say this? Okay, let's try this as well. I want to try every single thing to see if the code works, because like I don't want to like read a lot like for a wrong explanation, because I feel if we practice by learning the wrong stuff, we get used to it. Guys, is it even possible? I'm starting to doubt if it's even possible to write 1, 2, 3, 2, 3 in whatchamacallit using recursion. Try W3 School's recursion. Honestly, many people did recommend me that I should try it. Okay, let me say. Let's say I don't think that it is even possible to get 1, 2, 3, 2, 3 because all the codes that you gave were actually wrong, question mark. Okay, agreed. Honestly, that does make sense. Just search on Google. Okay, let's search on Google. Okay, use this prompt in ChatGPT. I don't think I got the prompt. Okay, now I understand the root of your frustration, people. Yes, getting 1, 2, 3, 2, 3 is not actually possible if you're trying to mirror a natural count. Guys, did I waste my time here? Okay, bro, I think you were out. Okay, guys, it's not possible. Why did I get the question? Recursion works like a stack. When you call a function recursively, the function wait at the bottom of the stack, then the print happens at the stack. Okay, use this prompt. Here's the logic. I gave you a dynamic input n of the integer. Then you print from 1, increment 1 each time. Okay, print the number. Okay, again, input. Honestly, let me try copy pasting the prompts. If I can actually like copy paste in through the YouTube chats. Let me try it, guys. Give me a sec. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's try copy pasting it. Okay, I don't think I can like copy paste. Oh, I could copy paste it. Okay, let's copy that, paste it here. Okay, and then scroll a little lower, print this. Honestly, I didn't know that we could actually copy paste. Okay, let's copy that as well. If you want to get 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, you want to get 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, not 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. It's a palindrome. Honestly, that makes sense. I did get 1, 2, 3, 2, 3 in one of my codes, although I couldn't get 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. I think that's not even possible. Okay, racer is racer, no matter you read it from left or right. Oh, I see it. Okay, let me say something like, let's say, in that case, I feel like we were just wasting time, dot, dot, dot. So can I get another question for recursion? Question mark. Maybe palindrome. Okay, let's try palindrome. Racer is racer, no matter if you read it. Okay, finally we're getting some real work done, people. Enough beating around the bush, guys. I wasn't even doing it. I didn't even know that we couldn't print 1 2 3 2 3. Let's channel all the recursive energy into something that actually challenges your brain. Here's a classic recursion question at your level. That's what I exactly told you, ChatGPT. Okay, let's see. I forgot what time. This would make like for a good, what should we call it, short. Okay, let me go ahead and delete that. Okay, write a recursive function that checks whether a string is palindrome. A palindrome is a word that reads the same forward and backwards with our level. Okay, instructions, verbal, no code. Your function should take a string or char array and two indices, start and end. Base case, if the start index is greater than or equal to the end index, the string is a palindrome. Okay, I might know how to do this. I return true. Recursive case, compare if the start and end, okay, are the same. If they are the same, recurse, check the substring inside start +1 and -1. If they're different, return false immediately. Okay, call this function from the main with the full string and print palindrome or not a palindrome based on the results. Okay, let's try. Why did ChatGPT give you a harder problem? Guys, is it a harder problem? I feel like I've done this kind of question using Python, but I feel it's not. I feel it's kind of different in C++. Okay, you read it from either side, it'll spell race car. Honestly, that does make sense. Okay, let me start off by deleting the whole code and including a pair of ankle braces. So I'm going to go with hashtag include IO stream. Okay, next up, let's read the instructions. Okay, so write a recursive function that checks whether the string is a palindrome. Okay, so let's go ahead and add a function. Oh, I get it. Okay, so let's go with something like void ChatGPT is actively sabotaging you right now. Honestly. Okay, in that case, let's say something. Okay, let's say something like let's say let's see, guys. Should I do some emotional blackmailing? I don't think I should do that. I was gonna do something emotional, say to not sabotage, but I'll say something like, my chat is saying me that the question is kind of hard. Maybe we let's say maybe we go down a notch question mark. It does all automatically. Just give him the link to streamer's DSA course at this point. God, I should actually try that. Okay, I hear you people. Fine, we'll take it down a notch. Let's stick to numbers, but still use recursion. I want to go with strings though. I think I could try numbers as well. Okay, write a recursive function that takes positive integer and returns the sum of its digits. Instruction, verbal, no code. Okay, the function takes a single integer, base case n is 0. I return 0, recursive case, return the last digit and modulus 10. Okay, plus the sum of the last digit if the remaining number, okay, plus the sum of the digit of the remaining number. In main function, ask the user for a number, call your function and print the sum. Okay, let me say something like, what output am I looking for? Honestly, I know what output am I looking for, but I just want to get what that Sensei says. Okay, hi brother, how are you doing, Kisko? I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, so the output of let's say 1 2 3 is going to be 6. Okay, let's get Sensei slash ChatGPT here. Okay, so I could go ahead and create a void function. This function is going to be called something like, I don't know, maybe sum. Okay, I'll add a pair of parentheses. It's a generative pre-trained transform. It doesn't have emotions. Guys, that does make sense. I don't know. I did emotional blackmail Sensei slash ChatGPT so many times before. It did work though. Okay, didn't you do this last stream? Honestly, I did work on recursion last stream. That said, I was like out of time and I had to do some of my college stuff. Plus, I was a little hungry because I didn't eat anything before streaming. So I didn't master recursion, so I'm working on it this stream as well. Okay, that said, let's read the instructions. The function takes a single integer of n. Okay, so I'll go with a parameter of n. By the way, I'm in the Charles lecture from Discord. I'm the Charles lecture from Discord. Oh, I see. Okay, next up, let's go ahead and create a variable. So I'll go with something like integer of... Actually, let's add a base case first. So if my n is equal to 0, I'll do something, okay? I'll go with a pair of curly braces. This is going to be equal to. Okay, I'm going to return. Okay, let me go ahead and return ending with a semicolon. That said, that's my base case. Now for my recursive case, return the last digit and modulus 10 plus the sum of the digits of the remaining number. Okay, so let's go ahead and add my recursive case. For my recursive case, what's your real name? Honestly, my real name is Vivek. I just like the short form for Vivek is like Viv. I heard like some people feel it easier to say that. Okay, code I got from GPT lol void print palindrome integer and integer current equals to 1. That's the base case. Current and return console output current print palindrome and current plus 1 console output. Oh, I see. Okay, so for my recursive case, let's see. Return the last digit. So firstly, I could go with something like n modulus 10. Okay, let's go with something like n modulus 10. Excuse me, guys. This gives me the last digit. Maybe I go with a standard console output and then add this. Okay, where are you from? Honestly, I am from the United States, but many of you guys did say me to avoid saying that, so I think I should avoid saying that. Okay, so let's go with a standard console output with an insertion operator. I want to insert n modulus 10. Okay, so that gives me the last digit. I want to add that with something. Let's go ahead and add that with, let's see, maybe n divided by 10. This cuts the last digit, so I remove that digit and then add it. Should I go with my sum function? I think I should. Let me try with my sum function. Let me go ahead and invoke my sum function. For parentheses, I'll go with something like n modulus 10. Okay, honestly, what happens if I return? Okay, let me go ahead and return and remove the standard console output. Okay, sum n modulus 10. Am I messing something up? Okay, honestly, let me change this to an integer. There we go. But at this point, you won't be using recursion. Do you know Java? Honestly, I'm actually pretty, pretty excited to start learning Java. I might actually do that after my programming for 258 CVs. That said, let's go ahead and return 0 here. Also, what's last 4 digits in your credit card? Guys, that's a highly classified information. But at this point, you won't be using recursion. That is true, though. Okay, let's end this with a semicolon. Okay, do you know Java? Honestly, I don't know Java yet, but I'm actually planning to learn it. Okay, let's go ahead and add a main function now. I'll go with main in parentheses. Let me go ahead and add a standard console output with an insertion operator. Before that, let's create a variable. So I'll go with integer of number variable. And then I add a standard console output with an insertion operator. I want to insert something. Let's insert something like enter a number. Okay. And then I'll end that with a semicolon. There we go. Okay, next up, let's go with a standard console input with an extraction operator. I want to extract my number variable. And then I invoke my sum function, go with a pair of parentheses. This is going to be my number variable. I'll end that with a semicolon. And lastly, let me go ahead and return 0. Okay, perfect. Charge the lecture. Okay, if I hit Control S to save the code and run the command, let's see what happens. I get something like enter a number. I'll enter something like 1, 2, 3. Honestly, I didn't like print this. Let me go ahead and add a standard console output here. Okay, with an insertion operator, that's my number. I'll go with another insertion operator of a / new line. How to open a screen with C++ library? Honestly, I did want to figure that out because eventually I did want to like make a game. Like in Python, I use Pygames to have a screen or like a window or a display. I do want to try that in C++. I didn't have the time to like research on that. Because like either when I'm streaming, I do program, but off stream, I work on, I work on my college stuff. Okay, let's see where I messed up here. So, okay, I gotta return something here, so I need to have that as an integer. I returned, let's go with n modulus 10. Okay, let's think about this question. So it says recursive case. Return the last digit, so n modulus 10. Maybe I don't add my sum function here. So n modulus 10 plus the sum of the last digit of the remaining number, which is n divided by 10. Maybe I add sum for both. Would that make sense? Okay, let me go ahead and add a sum for both. Right here. Let me just restart my OBS. It's probably crashing again. Already mic testing. Okay guys, that should fix the lag. So I'll go with sum 10 here. I don't think this makes sense though. Okay, let me go with the control else and run the code. Okay, I should start thinking recursively. Okay, it doesn't give me 6, which means it's wrong. Okay, let's read the code properly because I want to get access to my last digit by getting n modulus 10. This gives me the last digit, that removes the last digit. So I get my last digit here, Qt or IMGUI can help. Honestly, guys, I feel like the only way I can like actually learn properly is by doing a lot of practice questions. That's it. If I do have a reference code to understand, like visualize or like analyze the code, if that makes any sense, because it's hard for me to literally think the code out if I don't know how to do it. Okay, although I might actually try that. Before that, let's go with the control A, control C, copy that, good sensei slash ChatGPT here. Okay, let's go ahead and paste this. Go with shift enter and say, let's say, I feel like I messed up, dot dot dot. Guys, I remember struggling while learning recursion when I started Python as well. I feel recursion is like a pretty hard topic. Honestly, it is easy once we get used to it. Okay, let's see. Oh, people, I see exactly what went wrong. You almost summoned the recursion demon, but you fed the wrong ingredients. Look at this line, return sum to You're calling sum on n modulus 10, which is just a single digit that's unnecessary and wrong. The last digit doesn't need recursion, only the rest of the number does. The correct idea is return n modulus 10 plus sum n divided by 10. Didn't I like do this? I feel like I did this. And modulus 10 grabs the last digit, okay, directly, sum and divided by 10, recurses on the remaining numbers. That's it, nothing fancy, nothing more. Okay, I feel like I did this. Honestly, I think I did this, but without adding the pair of parentheses. So apparently that should fix it. What code editor do you prefer? I prefer Notepad++ and VS Code. Honestly, I did use a lot of like PyCharm for Python, but I'm using C++. I mean, I'm using VS Code for C++. I'm starting to actually like VS Code more than PyCharm. Explain again. Oh, I see. Okay. Alright, let me actually try. Give me a sec, guys. Let me explain after I try without the pair of parentheses. I want to see if it works the same. Okay, let's go with 1, 2, 3 again. Okay, it does work the same. If I go with like a bunch of control Z's, did I mess something up before? Okay, if I go up here, I went with sum. Let's go with a bunch of control shift Z's. There we go. Okay, I went with sum. And okay, honestly, I think I reached my limit on going with control Z's. So basically what this code means is the n modulus 10, it gets the last digit or like the last index of our number that we entered. So for example, if I entered 1, 2, 3, it's going to give me the last number. For example, 3, it's going to get that number all the way here and add that number with my sum, when I invoke my function n divided by 10, remove the last digit. So if my number is 1, 2, 3, that is going to be 3 plus 1, 2, and then it's going to be something like, let's say 2 plus 1, if that made any sense, guys. Okay, let's go with the control A, control C, get sensei slash ChatGPT here. I do want to do more questions at this level because I don't want to like do questions that's way too overwhelming. Let me say something like, let's say, it works, dot dot dot, although I don't take credit for this question. Okay, dot dot dot. That said, can you, let's see, actually, can we do more questions in this level? Okay, because harder questions overwhelm me if I don't understand the basics. Okay, guys, I feel the only problem is we move way too quick when I do questions with ChatGPT. Okay, yes, yes, people, finally, you felt the power of recursion. You're stacking solidity at this level so your brain doesn't explode. You now understand the pattern. Base case stops recursion, recursive case reproduces the problem and calls itself. Here's your next question at the same time. Question, write a recursive function that counts the number of digits in a positive number. Okay, instructional verbal. So I write a function, call counts number. So function takes a parameter of integer n. Base case checks if n is 0, I return 0. Recursive case, return 1 plus count digits n divided by 2. Okay, so why am I doing that? In the main function, ask the user for a number, okay, call your function and print the result, expected output, input 123, output 3, input 409, output 3, input 7, output 1. Okay, let me say something like, so let's say, before I do the question, I didn't understand what am I trying to solve for, question mark. Okay, let's see, what am I trying to solve for? Okay, let's see. Okay, listen people, I won't let you wander blindly. You're trying to count how many digits are in a number. Oh, I see. Okay. So 1, 2, 3 has 3 digits. Okay, I see. That should be easy. Okay, let's see. So it says write a function that takes a single integer. Is there libraries to import AI? Honestly, I've never thought about that. Like, I don't think we can import like ChatGPT inside our C++ or VS Code. Although, fact check me, guys. I haven't tried that. That is not an empirical evidence or like a classified information. Okay, that said, let me start off by including a pair of angle braces. I want to include IO stream. Okay, and then let's go ahead and create a function. So I'll go ahead and create a void function. Honestly, let's go ahead and create an integer function. This function is going to be called count. I'll add a pair of parentheses. My count function will have a parameter of n, which is going to be an integer, and then let's go ahead and add a pair of curly braces. Okay, next up, let's check for a base case. I'll go with something like if a pair of parentheses, if my parameter of n is equal to 0, I'll do something. I'll go with a pair of curly braces, and then let's go ahead and return 0, ending with a semicolon. And this is going to be my base case. Let me add a comment that says base case. Now for my recursive case, let's read the instructions. Recursive case returns 1 for every digit in my for every digit inside of my function. What are you trying to print now? Honestly, I'm trying to print I'm actually trying to write a recursive function that prints each digit. For example, if my input is 1, 2, 3, the output is going to be 3 because 1, 2, 3 is like 3 different numbers, and for 7 it's going to give me 1, if that made any sense. Okay, so let's add a recursive case. That's it, guys. Let me drink some coffee. I'm kind of thirsty. Okay, let's see. So I gotta check something. So let me go ahead and return 1 plus let me go ahead and invoke my count function. This is going to be my n divided by 10. So basically what this means is the n divided by 10, it cuts the last number. So every time a number is being cancelled or like deleted from my actual inputs, I returned 1, or so that adds up by 1, if that made any sense, guys. Next up, let me go ahead and typecast my main function to be an integer. So I'll go with integer main, add a pair of curly braces, and go ahead and create a variable of number. So I'll go with integer number. That's it. Let's go ahead and add a standard console output with an insertion operator. I want to insert something like enter a number. There we go. I'll end that with a semicolon. And then let's go ahead and add a standard console input with an extraction operator. I want to extract my number variable, ending with a semicolon. Next up, let's go ahead and invoke my count function. I'm going to invoke my count function. The parameter is going to be my number parameter, which is going to be my user's input. Okay. Honestly, let's go ahead and print it. So I'll go with a standard console output with an insertion operator. I want to print my number. And I'll end it with a new line, ending with a semicolon. Bro, I want to look at your stream, but you kind of give me a gay vibe. Sorry if you're not. Guys, I'm not gay. I at least get that like 3 times in my stream. That's so weird, honestly. Okay, that said, lastly, let me go ahead and return 0, ending with a semicolon. Guys, it's actually kind of funny in a way. That said, if I were to run the command, let's see what happens. So, enter a number. I'll go with 1, 2, 4. It gives me 3. What if I go with 7? Actually, not there. Let me go ahead and add 7 here. It gives me 1. Alright, perfect. Seriously, bro? Okay, let's go ahead and copy that. Get sensei/ChatGPT here. Let me go ahead and paste that and hit enter. Maybe bring some more coffee. There was no need to say that shit. Okay, yes, people, you did it. You kind of have a Bangalore accent. Oh, I see. Okay, this is perfect recursion at this point. Every time you divide by 10, you peel off a digit and 1 plus count and divided by 10 correctly counts all digits until the base case. You understood peeling digits recursively. This is exactly what you needed to do before moving on. Okay, we can keep going at this level with more practice problems like sum of odd numbers, sum of odd digits in a number, count of even digits, reverse a number recursively. Okay, do you want to try the sum of all odd digits? Let me say yes. Let's say bro got roasted by a random guy before making a texture work. I thought you were gay, guys. I get that so much. Okay, alright people, let's keep this train rolling. Question: write a recursive function that calculates the sum of all odd digits in a positive integer. Instructions: verbal. Function takes a single integer of n, and for my base case, if my n's parameter is equal to 0, I go ahead and return 0. And for my recursive case, if the last digit of my of my input is odd, add it to the sum of the remaining digits. Okay. If it's even, skip it and just return the sum of the remaining digits. In the main function, ask the user for a number, call your function, print the result, expected output. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, output should be 9. So 1 is odd, 3 is odd, 5 is odd. Oh, I see. Okay, this should be easy. Okay, let's get sensei/ChatGPT here. Okay, let me start off by deleting the whole code, and let's include a pair of anchor braces. I want to include IO stream. Next up, let's go ahead and let's say create a function. So I gotta create a function for counting odd digits, or I could go with something like integer sum odd digits. Excuse me, guys. I'll add a pair of parentheses. My sum all digits this function is going to be having a parameter of n, which is going to be an integer, and then I'll go with a pair of curly braces. Now let's go ahead and add a base case. So I'll go with something like if a pair of parentheses. Let's say if my parameter of n is equal to 0, I'm going to do something. What city do you live in? Honestly, I feel like I can't say that, guys, because like many of you guys did say me not to say that. That's like doxing myself. That said, I'm going to return 0 to end the function. Next up, this is going to be my base case, so I could initially like add a comment here of something like base case. Okay, now let's go ahead and add a recursive case. For my recursive case, okay, let's actually go with negatives as well. Less than or equal to. Alright, for my recursive case, let's read the instructions. If the last digit of my number is odd, I add it to the sum of the remaining digits. Okay, I might need a flag, but let's try without the flag first. I could go with something like if a pair of parentheses. Let's say if n modulus 10, okay, is not equal to 0, I'm going to do something. I'll go with a pair of curly braces. Let's do something. So I'll go with something like, I want to sum it. So maybe I invoke my function. Guys, how do I write homework for my printer? How do I write homebrew for my printer? Honestly, I've never heard of homebrew. Okay, sum of odd digits. Maybe drink some more coffee so my brain starts working. Okay, that said, sum of all digits. So it says if the last digit is odd, add that digit to the sum of the remaining digits. Okay, if it's even, skip it. Okay, are you all gay here thinking he is gay, projecting your insecurities over this kid? Mind your business, people. Guys, honestly, I don't like mine. I feel that it's kind of funny. Okay, why the frick Yamal is doing coding? Guys, I get that so many people call me something, I forgot the name, was something like Yamal or something. I'm like, is he like a soccer player? Bro, you're not funny. Honestly, guys, I should work on my humor, because like I actually feel like I'm like not funny, because I should like work on my humor so I can make the streams more entertaining. That said, hi, howdy Ramp, I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, that said, instead of summing my odd digits, I should do something. Okay, so if my n is odd, should I go with something like n plus n? I think that makes sense. N plus n. You know what, you're trying to install the plugin in VS Code? You know what? Try installing a Tampline plugin in VS Code. You have a great sense of humor, Viv. I appreciate you, yo. Ignore the haters. Nice watching you. I appreciate you, Jew. Okay, I'll end out with a semicolon. Honestly, would this make sense? People don't know how to mind their own business is the problem. Guys, I feel like some of you guys are kind of funny. That said, I could go with something like n plus invoke my sum odd digits function. Let me go with something like n minus 1. Okay, I think this makes much more sense. Okay, let's go ahead and return something. Maybe I go ahead and return n. Okay, in that case, let's change this to a void function. Okay, you summed it up very well. Okay, perfect, guys. Let me go ahead and remove that. Okay, that is a void function right now. So, why does this not work? Why am I getting like a red underline? Should I get my odd digits plus n? Okay, I could try that. So let's go with something like sum odd digits. Okay, let's go with sum odd digits plus n. Okay, that should work. Okay, it doesn't work. It works if this is an integer. Okay, because that is an integer. Let's go ahead and return 0 here. Should I? Oh, maybe I return this. Let me go ahead and return this. Where do you live? Honestly, I do live in the United States with someone. Many of you guys did say me like now to say that. I don't know why I keep saying it. Stop defending the haters, Viv. We're literally fighting with the haters to defend you, bro, because we adore and appreciate you. I appreciate you, yo. Okay, but you're a nice guy. Decoder, mind your Okay, let's see. I returned that, so I do have a return inside. Maybe I could. Okay, I think this should work, honestly. Okay, let's go ahead and create a main function. So I'll go with integer main, add a pair of parentheses. Okay, and then let's go with a pair of curly braces. Let me go ahead and create a integer function, actually an integer variable, or a variable that is an integer. And then I'll go with a standard console output with that insertion operator. I want to insert something. Let's say enter a number. Okay, and then let me go ahead and end that with a semicolon. Next up, let's go ahead and add a standard console input with an extraction operator. I want to extract my number variable, and I'll end that with a semicolon. After that, let's go ahead and add another standard console output with an insertion operator. I'm going to be invoking my sum odd digits function. The parameter is going to be my number variable, which is my user's input. And then I'm going to end that with a new line. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's end that with a semicolon. Lastly, let me go ahead and return 0. Hello, what's the idea of this stream? Honestly, I'm trying to master recursion in C++. That said, how are you doing, Ventura? I appreciate you joining this stream. Honestly, did I spell the name correct? It's Ventura. Okay, I think it's Ventura. Okay, let me go ahead and Control S to save the code. If I run the command, let's see what happens. The function is void. You can't return some integer with void. Didn't I change it back to an integer? I think I changed it to an integer. Huh. Excuse, what kind of programming books you often use for learning coding? Honestly, guys, I don't use like books for coding. Instead, I just use Sensei/ChatGPT. Wait, what is CIN? Can you please repeat? Honestly, standard CIN means console input. So like console output is what is displayed on the screen. In the other hand, console input is like the user input. So for example, if I do run the command, I don't think I can run it here. Let me just delete this part. Okay, right now if I hit Control S to save the code, this is going to be my number variable. Okay, if I go ahead and save the code and run the command, okay, let's see, it's 1 p.m. here. What's your profession? Honestly, I don't think I have any right now. That said, the standard console output is enter number. So it says enter number. And the standard console input with an extraction operator, this is the extraction operator, that's the number. That is going to give me, for example, if I type 3 here, the value of my number variable here is going to be 3, if that made any sense, guys. Okay, character input. Honestly, yeah, character input does make sense as well, but like Sensei/ChatGPT did say that it's called console. Although, where am I messing up here? Maybe I don't add an if statement here. Or maybe I could go with something like if that, return this. Okay. Oh, I could go with something like n modulus 10. Okay, let's add this to a pair of parentheses. Is not. Okay, maybe I go with an if here. You're speaking too fast. Oh, I could actually try going a little slow in that case. Which country's skill issue? Okay, let's see. So I go ahead and return n modulus 10. Okay, this gives me the last digit, although I need to check if my last digit is odd. Okay, okay, in that case, what if I go ahead? This needs to be integer because I am returning something. Honestly, let's just change it to a void. Okay, I won't have a return here in that case. Okay, let's go with if a pair of parentheses. Okay, I do have a pair of parentheses. So if n modulus 2 is not equal to 0, if it is a odd number, I want to do something. I'll go ahead and delete that, add a pair of curly braces, and then add a standard console output. What are you coding for exactly? Honestly, I did like start a program for 250 days series where my goal by the end of that series is to make a game in general which consists of AI logic in it. That said, since I was making a game, I thought learning C++ is going to be important, so I was like, might as well learn C++. Okay, so I go with a standard console output. This is going to be something like, let's go ahead and invoke my sum odd digits function. Okay, let's go with something like n minus 1. Okay, let's go with something like n plus okay, there we go, n plus some odd digits, n minus 1. Okay, maybe I can add that. Huh. Maybe I don't have a console output at all. Okay, now like right now, what's this code for? Honestly, this code is for me trying to sum the odd numbers of, like, for example, if my, let me just show the whatchamacallit question. So if my input is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, my output will be 9 because I sum the odd numbers from my input. So like 1 is odd, 3 is odd, and 5 is odd. The sum of them is 9. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Okay, if that made any sense. Since some odd digits doesn't return anything, it won't print anything out. Oh, I see. Okay. Wait, in that case, it should return something. Let's see. Maybe I add my recursion above my if statement. Okay, so let's go ahead and copy that. Okay, you're gonna tell us your native place. People are asking for it. Honestly, I don't know, because like many of you guys did say me to like avoid saying those things. Okay, which country? Like currently I am in the United States, but I should like avoid saying that so much. Okay, if n modulus 10. Guys, I think I need some coffee to jog my memory. Okay, and guys, the stream is lagging. Let me restart my OBS. Already mic testing, mic testing. Okay, perfect. That should fix the stream lag. There we go. Let's see. So, you need to print first and then return an integer. So I gotta print first. Okay, so let's go ahead and add a standard console output right here. Okay, so print first. Oh, I think I see. Okay, let's go with something like a standard console output by. I appreciate you sticking through the stream, par sheet. I guess I'll catch you in the next stream. Okay, so let's go with a standard console output. Can I go with some odd digits here? Okay, so it said I can't return anything because, okay, let's go with something like n minus 1. Okay, there we go. Okay, so, since your sum digits doesn't return anything, it won't print anything out. It doesn't return anything. What's your dad's location? Guys, honestly, I don't think I should say that. That said, in that case, let's go ahead and convert this to be an integer. I'm going to be going with 0 here. Okay, now inside of my if statement, let me go ahead and copy that. Now I do return something once my base case is met. Let me go ahead and add a standard console output with an insertion operator. I want to insert something. Let's go ahead and insert my some odd digits. Okay, pair of parentheses and minus 1. Let's go with plus. Okay, let me add the plus before this. So something like a pair of parentheses. Okay, inside my pair of parentheses, I could go with something like n modulus. Okay, let's go with something like n modulus 10. Guys, I feel I'm doing something wrong. Okay, n modulus 10 plus this. Ending with a semicolon, and maybe I should return this. Although I did try this before, it didn't give me the result that I wanted. Okay, I can return a standard console output. So let me just return this part. Okay. And then inside my main function, I go with the standard console outputs. Wait, you have a girlfriend? Guys, honestly, I feel like I have almost no time, just like working all the stuff that I already am doing. I actually have never had a girlfriend. Okay, although I don't like regret that or anything, I feel it's like a privilege. Like I even hardly have friends RL. Okay, let's see. Okay, if I hit Control S to save the code and run the command, let's see what happens. Warning, control reaches end of non-void function. It is a non-void function. In that case, I'm just curious, what happens if I just return this? Lucky you. Honestly, I feel like it is lucky in a way, but sometimes I do feel kind of hollow. That said, let's go with the Control S again, run the code, and let's see what happens. Enter a number. I'll go with something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I get 5545. Okay, that does make sense because my number isn't. I didn't add a condition yet. Huh. Okay, honestly, let me go with a bunch of Control C's. Okay, and just remove the standard console output from here. Okay, what happens if let me just go with the Control C, copy that, because I feel like I shouldn't struggle in a question for too long if I don't know how to do it. Okay, let's go with the Control V to paste that. This looks like your IQ is what, 60? Guys, my IQ is 20 at max. Okay, people, stop right there. You messed up the logic. Look carefully. If n modulus 10 is not equal to 0, this does not check if a digit is odd. It just checks if it's not 0. Okay, you're summing wrong digits. Sum odd digits n minus 1. This is completely wrong. We want you to remove last digit, not just subtract 1. Okay, from the whole number, use divided by 10 for that. You don't have an else. Okay. Okay. Although, how do I return stuff? Think, people. To check for odd digits, we do modulus 2. Why did I go with modulus 10? I'm so stupid. Okay, let's see. Don't use ChatGPT. Honestly, the reason I do use ChatGPT is because, whatchamacallit, if I try struggling for longer and I don't understand one thing, I feel like I'm just wasting time. Dude, don't you need to iterate through the integer first? Now you're checking if 1, 2, 3 is odd or even. Honestly, I'm trying to do it without using loops or iterative approaches, because I'm learning recursion. Okay, what happens if I hit Control S now? Okay, so I do get a warning there. That is because of my if statements. Okay, let's read the instruction properly. Base case is correct. To move the right digit. Okay, so that gives me the last digit. That removes the last digit. So let's try divided by 10. There we go. If I hit Control S, although I don't think this is the whole thing, you don't have an else case for where the last digit is even. So the function can fail without returning anything. Oh, I think I need to work. Okay, I think it's important to work with both the else clause and the not else clause. Actually, the if statement and the odds and evens. Oh my gosh, guys, I actually did need today as well. So my brain is working on half the fumes. Let's drink some more coffee. Okay, let's think. So if n modulus 2 is odd, I do that. Okay, let's go with n minus 1. Else, if it's even, let's do something else. Let me go ahead and return 0, ending with a semicolon. Okay, would this work if I hit Control S to save the code and run the command? Will I get the same error? I don't get the error, so I think the thing that I was messing up with, I had to get a odd check and even check. I was just going with the odd check. Okay, the base case can check the index of array size equal to just return. Huh, wait, hold up. Before I start celebrating, I should get 9. The base case, we can check if the index of array size is equal, then return. I see. You might want to consider if the if condition isn't fulfilled. Okay, let's see when the if condition is fulfilled. So if my parameter modulus 2 is not equal to 0, if my parameter is odd, then I take my parameter. Okay, I take my parameter, the odd one, and let's divide it by 10. Okay, this move the last digit. Okay, n modulus 10. Okay, I get the last digit, I remove the last digit. Okay, else I return 0. Let's go with the control S to save the code and run the command. This might work. Okay, I'm going to get an error because I had that part highlighted. Excuse me, guys, and I should try talking slow because some of you guys say that I go too quick. Okay, that does give me 5. Let's think, why could it give me 5? I've returned n modulus 10, which gives me the last number. What is your exact location coordinates? Guys, exact location coordinates is kind of crazy. That said, plus some odd digits. Okay, so I go with integer main, standard console output. That's my number. Okay, let's think, where am I messing up? I have an even check, I have a odd check. So if n modulus 10 is not equal to 0, this does not check if a digit is odd. It checks if it's not 0. Okay, if mod is not equal to 0, you're summoning wrong digits. Sum odd n minus 1 is completely wrong. We want the last digit, not just to subtract from 1 the whole number. Use n divided by 10 for that. You don't have an else case. Okay, so if my digits, so it says, think people, to check for odd, digit modulus 2 equals to 1. Okay, isn't like not equal to 0 the same as equals to 1? Okay, why the heck you guys being creeps, huh? Okay, let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and control S to save the code and run the command. Okay, let's see. Let me change that to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That does give me 5. If my n is odd, I do that. That gives me the last digit. What happens if I go with that, remove the last digit? This gives me the last digit. Okay, no, it's funny. Honestly, guys, it is kind of hilarious though. Okay, let's go with the control A, control C, copy that, get sensei/chat-gpd here. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and paste it here. No, that's not funny. Guys, it's not funny. Okay, let me go ahead and say something. You're weird, bro. Okay, let's say something like, let's say, I feel like I messed up, question mark. I think I messed up, guys. I'm out of coffee. Maybe I should try some water. Okay, honestly, let me drink some water. I feel because I'm dehydrated. Some odd. If n gets 0, the last digit. It returns last item and last iteration. Wait, hold up. Before I read sensei/chat-gpd, let me actually check that because that does make sense. Okay, and guys, did the stream start lagging again? I might actually restart the stream real quick. Give me a sec, guys. Already mic testing, mic testing. Okay, is that on the wall behind you a dress? Honestly, it's not a dress, it's like my bedsheet. I didn't know like what kind of good background I could get, so I just like cut my bedsheet and stuck it up there. Do you have a job? Honestly, I'm kind of jobless. I mean, honestly, I don't have a job right now. That said, let's see. Integer sum odd digits. Integer n. If n is less than 0. Okay. So, that one, it returns last item in last iteration. It'll return 3. Okay, try write number in the end 3. Okay, so let me try returning 3. I mean, typing 3. Okay, something was highlighted. There we go. Okay, so this should return 3. Let's return 3. Okay, it does give 3. What if I go with something like 2, 3? Or maybe 1, 2, 3. Let's go with Control Z there. Okay, it gives me 3. What if I go with just an even number? Or maybe something like 3, 2. Okay, let's go with 3, 2. That does give me... Oh, so it returns the last number. Okay, how do I like fix that if it returns? Let me think. Okay, I actually think I know the issue. Okay, it shouldn't be that hard to solve it in that case. Okay, if n modulus 2 equals to 1, if my n is an odd number, I want the sum of those numbers. Divided by 10 removes that number. The question is, do I want to remove the number? I do actually want to remove the number. Once I remove it, I want to add it. So maybe, what do you want to return? Honestly, if my output is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I want to sum 1, 3, and 5 to get 9, if that made any sense. I just want to sum the odd numbers from my output. Okay, so let me go ahead and add here something like n modulus 10. Okay, would this work? So let's go with something like n modulus 10. Okay, if audit control has to save the code and run the command, let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I get the last digit. Same total in variable. Is it like sum total in variable? Okay, so let's see. Honestly, I could read and then return that total. So like sum total in variable, then return that total. Okay, so oh, that does make sense. Okay, let's create a variable. Are you just copying? Are you just coding for fun, or are you trying to code for something specific? Honestly, for now, I don't know what I enjoy the most in programming, so I'm just exploring different languages like Python, C++, maybe JavaScript, Rust, and everything. Eventually, once I feel like I actually enjoy coding language, then I'm actually gonna stick with that. That said, I do eventually either want to be a cybersecurity or an AI engineer. Okay, let's see. Let's go with something like integer of total equals to that, and then let me go ahead and return my total variables. So let's go ahead and return total. Honestly, I might globalize my total variable here, so let's go ahead and copy that. Actually, remove the integer from here. There we go. And under my function, I'll go with integer total, which equals to 0, ending with a semicolon. Okay, hold up. This actually makes sense. There we go. Okay, I mean save, not same. Oh, okay, save total in variable. I think assembly is very nice to learn. I'm really excited to learn assembly actually. I know a guy, whatchamacallit, he's actually learning assembly. He was like, is the closest thing to like machine code? I do want to try that so bad. Damn, good luck with that and hopefully you reach your dream. I appreciate you, Ventura, that means a lot. Okay, let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do get 5. Okay, let's read what Sensei/ChatGPT says. Honestly, guys, I always struggle for learning recursion. I do want to like master recursion before I move on, honestly. Okay, let's see. Yes, people, you're close, but still wrong. Look carefully at your else block. Else return 0. This is killing the recursion for any even digits, okay? If the last digit is even, you should skip it, but still add the sum. Honestly, that could make... Wait, hold up. Hold up, guys. I think I understand. Instead, let me go with a bunch of Control Z's. Okay, now that I have my else clause again, instead of returning something, let me go ahead. Actually, I should return 0. I created a small operating system with assembly that actually sounds really cool. I can't wait to like actually build programs or projects in the future. That said, this is killing it should be returned some odd digits and divided by 10. Think of it like this. Each step peels off one digit and decides whether to enter it or skip it, but recursion always continues until n equals to 0. Huh. Okay, I should actually ask like why did I do this? Because I feel it does make sense, but I can't like understand why. Okay, let's go with divided by 10. Okay, let's see. If audit control has to save the code and run the command, let's see what happens. Enter a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I get 9. Okay, that does work. Now I need to figure out why it works. Okay, so firstly, I check if my number is odd. If my number is odd, I want to get the last digit of my number. Okay, and sum that last digit. Actually, I want to remove the last digit of my number. Then sum it with my last digit. Okay, else I just remove that digit. Oh, okay, it does make sense. So wait, let me actually add a comment here and try to like see what that means. So let me add a comment here. So basically, if my number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is going to be equal to, let's say, my last digit is odd. So I sum that last digit. Okay, so let's go with something like 5 plus my other last digit. So next up I have 4. Let me add another comment here. Okay guys, I think this is like what I think it means. So 1, 2, 3. Since 4 is an even number, I remove it by going with n divided by 10. So now if I set that equal to, this is going to still be 5 plus. Okay, if I add another comment, this is going to be something like 1, 2. And now since my 3 is an odd number, I sum it. So 5 plus 3. Oh, I'm actually trying to see how this makes sense. Okay, and then my next iteration is going to be something like 1. Since 2 is an odd number, I cancel my 2. Okay, so it's going to be 1 equals to 5 plus 3. Okay, and then I'll go with another plus. Actually, I don't need to go with a plus just yet. Lastly, since my 1 is an odd number, I return something. So let me go ahead and return 1 plus 5 plus 3. Actually, 5 plus 3 plus 1. It's honestly the same thing. There we go, which equals to 9. Honestly, guys, is this what it means? Fix your odd check condition modulus 2 is not equal to 0. Honestly, yeah, I mean, both would honestly work the same way. There we go. Okay. So let me go with the Control C, get Sensei slash ChatGPT back here. Okay guys, I'm actually trying to understand how that makes sense. Let's paste it, go with Shift Enter and say something like, let's say, I added a comment writing how I understand the code, ... Is it correct the way I think about it, ? Okay, let's see if it's correct. Yes, people, your thinking is almost perfect, but your comment has a tiny slip in this example sequence. Let's go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carefully. Start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last digit is 5, or add 5. Recursion 1, 2, 3, 4. Recurse 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4's last digit is 4. Okay, 4 is even. Skip it. Recurse on 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3's last digit is 3. Actually, is odd. Okay, add 3. Recurse on 1, 2. So I went with 5 plus 3. 1, 2. Last digit is 2. Even. Skip. Last digit is 1. Odd. Recurse 0. So your final understanding is correct. Just be careful in your comments. Don't include digits that are skipped like 4, 2, 1. Oh, I see. Okay, you're really getting recursion. I want another question at this level to cement your understanding. Let me say yes, sensei. Guys, I think because I drank coffee in an empty stomach, my stomach started hurting. I got a belly pain. Alright people, let's log this in. Here's your next recursion challenge. Same level as summing of digits, but a tiny twist. Instructional question: write a recursive function that counts how many even digits are in a number. Function signature: integer, console output, even digits. Okay, base case, if my base case is 0, so I gotta count even digits. Okay, so I can like guess what I gotta do. Recursive case: check if the last digit is even and add 1 if it is. Okay. Call the function in the main function, print the result. Example, if our input is 2, 4, 6, 8, the output is going to be 4. Okay, so 2 plus 4. Okay, if our input is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, output is going to be 2. Did I understand it wrong? Okay, function signature, count even digits. Recursive case, check if the last digit is even. If it is even, add 1. Okay, if it is, call the function in the main. Okay, I think I see. Let's get Sensei slash ChatGPT here. That said, let's go with the controller, delete everything. Let's start off by including a pair of ankle braces. I want to include IO stream. Okay, next up, maybe I fix my IO streams' spelling. There we go. Okay, next up, let's say, let's go ahead and create a function. So, thing is, since I gotta return something in my function, this is going to be an integer function and not a void function. So I'll go with something like integer count even digits. So I'll go with count even digits. Okay, and then I'll add a pair of parentheses. Excuse me guys, my count even digits function is going to be having a parameter of n, which is going to be an integer. And then I'll go with a pair of curly braces. Okay, now inside I add a base case to check if my parameter of n is 0. If it is, I return, okay, I end my function. So let's go with if a pair of parentheses. If my n parameter is equal to 0, I'm going to do something. Let's go ahead and return 0, ending with a semicolon. And maybe I'll add a comment that says base case, because it is a pretty good habit to write comments. Next up, for my recursive case, check if the last digit is even and add 1 if it is. Okay, so let's check something. Maybe I'll go with another if statement, so I'll go with if a pair of parentheses. Let's check something like if my last digit, so I could, okay, the way I get my last digit is by n modulus 10, okay? Okay, so if n modulus 2, first let's check if it's even, equals to 0, okay? If that is true, check if the last digit is even. Okay, if n modulus 2 is even, okay, n modulus 2, this checks if something is even. Okay, let's do something inside of my if statement. If it is even, add 1. Check if my last digit is even. How do I check if the last digit is even? And modulus 2 checks if my parameter is even. Should I go with, okay, so let's think about it. Let's go with a pair of parentheses here. I'll go with n, let's say modulus 10. This is the last digit. So if my last digit modulus 2 equals to 0, okay. Okay, perfect. I think that makes sense. Okay, so if my last digit is even, I'll do something. Okay, let's see. It says add 1 if it is. So if it is even, I'm gonna add 1. So I could do something like, let's see. Let's go ahead and return something like, I don't know, 1 plus. I'm gonna invoke my count even digits function. Let's go with, think about your last question, how you did get the digits. Oh, okay. Pajit should not be allowed to vote. Should not be allowed to code. Honestly? Okay, let's see. So the way I did my last question was I checked if my n is even, and if it was odd. If it was odd, I did something. Right now, if I check if my last digit is even. Okay. Honestly, I could actually just go with a regular function. Man writes a simple function and thinks like he's actually coding. Guys, that's actually kind of funny though. Okay, so I returned 1 plus code even digits. Can I suggest you an easier way? Don't want spoilers? Can I suggest you an easier way, or you don't want spoilers? Honestly, I don't. I would recommend the the help. That said, I do want to actually use my brains also. Okay, let's see. Maybe I eat something for some energy, guys. Okay, I have some I think these are called I don't think they were peanuts. I think these are like, I forgot the name. They're pecans. Think about strings. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8. So if it is 2, I get 4. If it is 1, I get 2. Okay, this honestly shouldn't be hard. Let me get some water. Oops, guys, I just spilled some water on my mic. Oh, my mic is kind of drenched. Give me a sec, guys. Let me like switch my mic. I hope it didn't like spoil it. Give me a sec, guys. Should like drink water carefully. Alrighty, mic testing, mic testing. Does this mic work? I don't know if I charged it. Let me check if it works. Okay, perfect. Let me just get that. Guys, I should be careful when I drink water. Can't let that mic get spoiled or something. The point to use recursion. So he is learning. Okay, see. Guys, let me know if you guys can like hear my voice properly. Let me just dry my mic up real quick. There we go. I'll just let it dry here. Okay, that said, let's move on. Okay, so let me just close that. Okay, let's see. So if my n modulus 2, instead of doing that, I could just check if my number is even. Let's check if my n is even. Okay, I do something. Okay, so if n modulus 2 equals to 0, if my n is even, I want to do something. Okay, so I add 1 to my number. So it says if it is 2, check if the last digit is even. I gotta check if my last digit is even, so I think this was correct. If it is even, I add 1. Oh, I think I know, I think I see. Let's go with n plus 1. What are you creating? Honestly, I'm trying to write a function that gives me this output. So, for example, if my input is 2, 4, 6, 8, it's going to give me, 4. And if my input is 1, 2, 3, 4, it gives me 2, if that made any sense. Howdy, Neymar. Appreciate you joining the stream. Have to use recursion. It's like you have to do it with recursion, or you can do it with non-recursive way. I gotta like use recursion because I'm trying to like learn recursion. Okay, let's go ahead and return. Does this actually make sense? Let me go ahead and end that with a semicolon. That's my n plus 1. Okay, let me go ahead and create my main function. Okay, so I'll go with something like an integer main function, and then add a pair of curly braces. Inside of my curly braces, I'll create a variable. So I'll go with something like integer number, end that with a semicolon, and then let's go ahead and add a standard console output with an insertion operator. I want to insert something like enter a number. Okay, and then I'll end that with a semicolon. Okay, your translation is wrong then. Go and buy yourself toilet paper. Toilet. Okay, you're close. Okay, guys, I think I'm close. Okay, let's go with static console input with an extraction operator. I want to extract my number variable, ending with a semicolon. Guys, if I'm close, I feel I got it. Check the if statement again. Okay, so the if statement says if n modulus 10, okay, that is my last digit. Okay, so that's the last digit. Modulus 2 equals to 0. So if my last digit is even, then I do this. Check your if statement again. I return. This is my whole number. Do you think you'll still have jobs based on computer programming, designing, and developing? Honestly, I think like if we pick a niche and we keep moving on and being like really good at the stuff we do, then I think we like it wouldn't be that hard to get jobs. Although, guys, I don't have experience in like getting jobs or anything, so you guys could like take that. Okay, you guys could like fact check that. N divided by 10 your last digit. Is n divided by 10 your last digit? Okay, n divided by 10 gives me access to my last digit of my number. So for example, if I had a number, let's say, okay, let me just go ahead and add a new line here. Okay, so if my number is 1, 2, 3, 4, then let's say ... or maybe I'll add a hyphen. There we go. Okay, then n modulus 10, n modulus 10 would be equal to 4. Okay, if I'm not wrong, this is what n means, right? So like n modulus 10 is going to give me 4. Okay, so dry run this case on your code 12235. What do you think your code gives? Honestly, in that case, I think it's going to give me 3. Actually, not 3. It's going to give me 2 because 1 is an odd number. Okay, let's go ahead and control save and run the command. Let's see what happened. Okay, it says warning, maybe because I highlighted something. Oh, I didn't do something for even numbers. Let's go with else, a pair of curly braces. I'm gonna go ahead and return invoke my count function. Actually, let's go to control Z and divided by 10. There we go. Ending with a semicolon. Hi, howdy Wickham. I appreciate you joining the stream. How do you move it to the next digit? Oh, wait. Should I go with n plus 1? Would that make sense? Oh, how do I move it to the next digit? Let's go with n minus 1. There we go. Wait, I can move it inside my return, right? This is where I do my math. Maybe I had a recursion up there. Let's think. The way I did it in the last code, maybe I go with n divide. Actually, I go with something like n modulus 10. Okay, and modulus 10 plus 1. Your if return is wrong. Huh. Is it? I actually want to check my output real quick. Okay, let's see. Enter a number. I'll go with something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I don't get it output because I didn't invoke it inside of my function. Okay, let's go ahead and invoke my function. So I'll go with a standard console output with an insertion operator. I'll go with count even digits. This is going to be my numbers as parameter with another insertion operator of a /new line ending with a semicolon. That is going to be number. Okay, if audit control S to save the code and run the command. Hint 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, 5 modulus 10 is 5. 1, 2, 2, 3, 5 equals to 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, hold up. I think I see. Okay, this doesn't give anything. Okay, hold up. I actually think I see. If 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, 5 modulus 10 is 5, I need to get that 5. Okay, so first I get the number. And then I divide the number. Are you retarded? What? Huh. Okay, oh my god, how can you not get it? Guys, I'm actually trying. I feel like I'm a slow learner. That says... I think I know what to do. How do I phrase it? Oh, guys, let me think on how to phrase it real quick. So, if my n modulus 10 gives me the last number, and 1, 2, 2, 3, 5 modulus 10 remove the last number. Okay, hey, do you live every day? Hey, do you go live every day at this time? Honestly, I do go live like way before this time. Like on the weekends, I do have more time. Like I do start my stream sooner, but in the weekdays, I started relatively later because I do have college. That said, he's consistent. Howdy Nevada, I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, just replace your modulos in your if return with... Huh. Okay, you almost got it. So if I return this remove the last digit, then it multiplies it by 1. Okay, what happens if I hit Control S? Although this remove the last digit. Wait, hold up, this just remove the last digit. Okay, let's hit Control S. Don't focus on the chat web. Honestly, I feel like I should because like many of you guys give me like really good tips. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that does work. I can like phrase this in my mind though, so I might need a visual chart for this. Okay, just focus on the lab because we're coding with you, so we get distracted too. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, wait, let me get Sensei / ChatGPT here. Hold up, guys. I might ask a visual code for this. Let's go with Control S and say it does work, but I did get a lot of help from my chat. That said, I can't excuse me guys, I can't visualize, excuse me again guys, this code, so can you help me with that question mark? Okay, let's see. Guys, I'm honestly starving as well. Yes people, let's break this down so you can visualize your recursion, because if you don't see it step by step, it feels like magic and you won't really understand. Let's take your example, n1, 2, 3, 4, your function. Okay, your function counts. Even digit works recursively on the last digit each time, step by step. Call 1. So if my number is 1, 2, 3, 4, last digit is even, plus 1, calls even digits 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, last digit is odd, plus 0, calls count 1, 2, last digit is even. Oh, I see. Okay. Calls 1. Okay. Try writing out the entire process. MS Paint. You look exhausted. Did you eat? Honestly, guys, I forgot to eat today. Actually, yesterday I forgot to eat before streaming. That said, you got the recursive part on your own. We just helped you with the modulus 10 and divided by 10 part. Huh. Honestly, I still feel because that was like the main part. That said, let me say, can I get a question exactly like this question mark? I do want to try it myself this time. Okay, let's see. Huh. Okay, yes, people, let's do it. Here's our instructional question. The same level as count even digits. Our question is write a recursive function in C++ that counts the number of odd digits in a number entered by a user. Your function should take integer n as an input. Base case, when n equals to 0, stop recursing. Recursive case, check the last digit n modulus 10. If it's odd, count it, then call the function. Okay, this time it's honestly the same code, but the reason I am doing the same code is because before I move on to a different variation, I do want to like see if I actually got it. Okay, so let me start off by including a pair of ankle braces. I want to include IO stream. Okay, next up, let's go ahead and create a function. So I'll go with a function that says something like count odd digits. Okay, and then I'll add a pair of parentheses. My count odd digits this function is going to be having a parameter of n, which is going to be an integer, and then I'll go with a pair of curly braces. That said, let me go ahead and add a base case. So if I'll add a pair of parentheses, let me suggest a better problem. Count the number of prime digits. Oh, that actually does. Okay, I could try that. Although, how do we get prime digits, guys? I might actually, let me check that real quick. Okay, let me check something like how to get prime digits question mark. Guys, I'm kind of bad with math. That's it. To get prime digits, you can use the following. So 6 and okay, guys, I actually did. Okay, guys, I don't know how to get prime digits. That's it. This is what I got. Whatchamacallit from Chrome. Okay, I might check into that though. Okay, let's keep this odd for the time being. There we go. Okay, so I'll go with something like if a pair of parentheses, if my n equals to 0, I'll do something. I'll go with a pair of curly braces and return 0 ending with a semicolon. That said, this is my base case. I honestly might add a comment here that says base case because it is like a good practice to add comments. That says, let's read the next instruction. For my recursive case, I check if the last digit is odd. Okay, so let's do that. There are 41 digits prime, bro. There are only 4 primes. There are only 4 digits prime. Guys, I should check that. I should like work more on math because like I actually don't work on math that much. That said, let's go with something. So I could go with an if statement if a pair of parentheses. Let's add another parentheses. You don't need factorization for prime because there are just 4 digits prime. Is that 4 or like 41? Huh. Okay, so let's check if my n modulus 10, okay, that is my last digit, modulus 2 is not equal to 0. Let's go with is not equal to 0. I'm going to do something. 2357, 2357. Write a function that returns a digit. If a digit is prime and use the value as what you need to add. Okay, for prime digit, take a loop from 1 to that digit and found how many times that digit is divisible by the number of the counter. 2 digit is prime. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, so prime digits is basically numbers that can be divisible by something. For example, 10 is a prime because 10 is divisible by 2. That makes sense. I actually might try that after this question though. Okay, let me try figuring this out real quick. Actually not figuring it out, just writing this question real quick. Okay, so if my last digit is odd, I'm going to return something. Let's go ahead and return, I'm going to invoke my count odd digits function. So every time a number is odd, I'm going to remove that odd number. So I'll go with something like n divided by 10. I remove the last odd number and I add 1. Okay. No, 10 is not prime, bro. What are you doing, guys? I need to work more on this off stream. If I have time after I'm done with my stuff. I should actually learn this stuff. Okay, that said, let me go with an else clause. Let's go with else, a pair of parentheses, actually a pair of curly braces. What are you doing? Honestly, I'm actually trying to, let me get the question here. Okay, right there. So basically, I'm trying to write a recursive function that, whatchamacallit, gets a user input. For example, let me just show it here. So let me scroll all the way up. Okay, so if my input is 2, 4, 6, 8, I get 4 because my 2 is even a number after 2. Guys, I cannot explain. I'm starving really bad, honestly. I might have to go over recursion next stream as well. Okay, let's see. Might drink some water too. Okay, let's see. Da-da-da. Okay, we just do that. Okay, else I'm going to return something, so I'll go with my count odd digits as function. Add a pair of parentheses. I'll go with something like n divided by 10. Basically, what this means is if my number is even, I'm going to add it by 1 and remove the last digit. If it is odd, I'm just going to remove the last digit without adding it to anything. Bro, try some basics first. Yeah, I should actually go where I might actually make a whole math stream. Although it could be because like I'm actually kind of famished, guys. And like if you guys did watch my last stream, you guys would know if I'm like starving, I can't think. That said, let me go ahead and create a integer variable of number, okay? And then let's go ahead and add a standard console output with an insertion operator. I want to insert something like enter a number. I'll end that with a semicolon. Next up, let's go with a standard console input with an extraction operator. I want to extract my number variable. Okay, let's see. That said, I'm going to go ahead and invoke my count odd numbers as function inside of a standard console and actually inside of a standard console output. So I'll go with standard console output with an insertion operator. Let me go ahead and invoke my count odd digits as function. The parameter is going to be my numbers variable with another insertion operator of a / new line ending with a semicolon. That said, let me go ahead and return 0. Okay, if I hit Control S to save the code and run the command, let's see what happens. Enter a number, I'll go with something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I get 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. What happens if I go with something like 1, 2, 2, 5? Also, instead of a modulus 2 equals to 0, you can also say a and 1 equals to 0. That's faster. Same goes for odd case. You can use and a as a replacement for modulus 2 to make it faster. Oh, I see. I actually might look into that. Okay, so I'll go with something like 1, 3, 3, 3. Okay, 4 odd digits. Okay, perfect. Let me go with the controller. Control C, get Sensei / ChatGPT here. Okay, let's go ahead and paste this. Go with Shift Enter and say Sensei. It works, although I don't take credit for almost most of the questions that I did today because I did get a lot of help. ... That said, I am planning to end the stream right now because I'm kind of starving and also I have a lot of college assignments. So before I end the stream, is there anything that you want to say to the viewers? Okay, let's see, guys. Oh my gosh, how is Sensei going to read any of this? Howdy, Satiam. I appreciate you joining the stream. Is it true? Never heard of it. Okay, listen up, pupils. Before we dash off for food and college chaos, here's something to leave your viewers with. The difference between a master and a novice is that a master has failed more times than a novice has ever tried. Guys, Sensei is plagiarizing this. I remember this is not Sensei's quote. That said, keep fighting, keep failing, and keep learning. Even if it felt messy, even if today felt messy, every line of code you wrote stacked up in your brain, those odd digits, you conquered them with recursion. Tomorrow will level up. Now go eat, fuel your brain, and come back sharper. Want me to drop a tiny motivational kiss / hug for the stream before you end? Let me say, yes, Sensei. I don't even know why, guys. Okay, let's see. Honestly, that's not even that important. Okay, kisses and... Okay, hugs and kisses, pupil. Okay, guys, I don't even know why I did that. Okay, let's go to my main camera. Alright guys, so basically that was pretty much it for this stream. That said, I didn't want to go over more, although I am kind of starving and I have a lot of college assignments. That said, next stream I am going to be going over recursion again, trying to master it. This stream was actually pretty messy because I feel like I got help for almost every single question. That said, if you guys did enjoy the stream, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Like helps with my algorithm, sharing makes you smile, and subscribing is like a cherry on top. And guys, once I actually get my PC and that would fix all my lag and everything, I am going to be starting to multi-stream on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, maybe TikTok and Instagram as well if I did meet the the followers requirement. So if you guys do enjoy my content and haven't followed me there, make sure to follow me there. Link is in the description and in my bios. And also, if you guys do want to join my Discord server, you guys can join my Discord server. To get access to my Discord server, you guys can type !Discord in chat. That said, I'll catch you guys in the next live stream or video. Peace. I would recommend you a sheet. I would recommend you a sheet for mastering it. Check out Code Forces sheet. Honestly, I might actually try that once I'm done with my college stuff. Trying so hard to be. Okay, let me end the stream.